Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith. The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Come on, everybody, get your feet happy. Let's go. Come on. Where my islanders? Can some of y'all run down here to the front real quick? I gotta know who's in the building. Where my islanders? I need y'all to run down here. Come on, let me see ya. trust in you. Oh Lord, say it. Jehovah, you. I trust in you. I believe. Say it. Everybody say it. I believe you. I trust in you. Say it. I trust. Say it. In you. I believe. Say it. I believe. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of power. You are the God of power. I believe. Say it. I believe. Say it. Say it. Say it. Everybody get radical with 30 seconds. Come on, dance on the devil's head. Come on, come on. Come on. Y'all ain't radical enough over here. Balcony, I can't feel ya. Move your feet, everybody. Let's go. I see you back there. Balcony, y'all gotta come on. Hey, come on. So long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye. Come on, y'all, help me say it. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long, bye-bye. Y'all catch it, everybody. Come on, say it. So long, bye-bye. Everybody in the building right now, say it. So long, bye-bye. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. Let's go. So long. One more time, everybody in the building say so long. So long. Jump, jump, come on. So long. Goodbye to my pain. So long.
Bang, bang, bang.
Everybody say it. So long. So long, bye-bye. Goodbye to my pain and my sorrow. So long. Let's go. So long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Goodbye to my sorrow. Hey, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye, dear. You ain't welcome here. Goodbye, dear. You ain't welcome here. Hey, so long. Yeah, so long. Yeah, so long. Hey, so long. Come on, say it. So long. I can hear you say. I can hear you say. I can hear you say. Goodbye to my trouble. Goodbye to my pain, y'all. Goodbye, y'all. Everybody raise it up. You are the God of miracles, say it. You are the God of miracles. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of wonders. You are the God of powerful. You are the God of power. I believe, say it. I believe. Say it, say I believe. I believe, say it. Say it, y'all. So long, hey, so long, yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave it bye-bye. you up there. Somebody raise it up, say. Somebody raise it up, say. You are the God of miracles, hey.
You are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonders.
You are the God of wonders.
Thank you. We cannot have it for you. For you carry us. That's what we can say. I believe. I believe. Say it. I believe.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
Bang, 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 bang.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? Stand against. Our God is greater. Our God is stronger.
K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice, nice. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh boy, time check. Yes, it's 24 minutes past your 6 o'clock. And you listen to the Gong Report, your favorite program, right here on Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Corridor Transformation on YouTube. Not forgetting Workers' Right platform. Not forgetting the Ground Report and all on YouTube. You just have to press in that anytime, any feed. You lost any feed at all. Just remember you have plenty feed options. If you lost a Real Media TT, you have Corridor Transformation. You have the Ground. Just put in the Ground Report on YouTube and you're getting it there too. So you have the Ground Report, Real Media TT, Workers' Right platform, Corridor Transformation, and many more to join us, man. So no matter what, anytime you lose a feed, go to our next one. I hope you all are sharing, and let's all organize and continue to share that spirit, that power of hope, that power of will, that power of wanting to live better.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh Lord! Nice! Oh boy, oh boy! Hey, a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you that are locked on. I hope that you all already share. Come on, man, all let's build this thing. Hey, Sibrangani, a pleasant good morning to you. Davey, good morning. Angela, good morning to you. Afisa Di Mohammed, good morning. Navika Balkaran, good morning. Hey, Marilyn Nesbit, good morning to you. Keith Ramnat, not Rowley, good morning. Primiraj, good morning to you. Wendy and John, good morning. Yes. Hey, Janet Singh, good morning to you. Michael, good morning. Hey, Nancy Basdio, good morning to you. Do that, Mohan, good morning, my brother. Rasta Jack, good morning. Hey, Carmen, good morning to you. Biznat Passad, a pleasant good morning to you, my brother. Dairo, good morning. Jason Phillip, a pleasant good morning to you. Nadira, you know you always is people on par. Because you know we have to keep the Kyle family and get them involved. It's gonna grow. We're gonna become the biggest on television. Remember, I tell all of that. Richard Jamaraj, good morning. Vidya, good morning to you. Vidya Cyril, good morning to you too. How could I forget Baby? Good morning. Teacher Balmain, a pleasant good morning to you. Pingala, good morning. Mohan, yes. Deborah, good morning. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Dave and Deborah. And also Dave and Denise, good morning to you all. Hey, Fogaro, good morning to you. oh boy, Ruby Sammy, good morning. Pix, good morning. Salisha Karam, good morning to you. What are we talking about? Christian Reyes and now senior, good morning to you. Hey, some of you make sure you jump on now, you know. Busy time. Nancy, I ain't see you a long time. Where you was? Just listening and you ain't writing nothing. Hey, some of you, the hundreds out there that don't say hi. Say hi, let me see your name now and again now. So at least I can remember you. Your struggle, your fight, and your commitment with the ground report and wanting to live better and wanting a better Trinidad and Tobago. So you must let me see all the names. Sometimes just say hi now, man. Don't be shy. Who else? Who I miss? Gregory Charles, good morning. Margaret of Pillars, and good morning to you. Roll Passad, good morning. That will be talking about. Sharon, good morning to you. That Sharon Passad, good morning to you. Ruby Sammy, nice vibes, Andy. Keep up the spirit. Yeah. We had to do that. All in order, we had to do that. There's so much we had to do that. Listen.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you. None like you. Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power, our God.
Nice, that is what you gotta keep up, man. In this struggle, in this fight.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you. None like you.
Bang.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God. Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome in power. Our God. Our God.
Nice. So we keep up that spirit. Let me see who else join us. Yeah, again, all the time to share this thing, you know. I like to start with 500 and 600, you know. Yeah, we should want to start with that kind of thing early. So you know it's as massive amount of people getting the message early one time now. You know where sweet.
And they
We boiling in now.
us, and who could ever stop us?
We receiving God
Is with us, and what can
before we go in this ruthless battle
and they forgot
against one evil man you call Rowley.
stop us? And
That man is a dog. No, not a dog. A dog is a good person because he's a pit bull.
Bang.
Night are real people, it's dog lovers too. Santa Cruz a dog, this one a dog. Dog is good people, we can't get rowdy no dog at all. He worse than that. What is your name for this man, boy? A demon? What? A evil man? What? A nasty man? What? A wicked man? What? All area on the internet, they let me know what we get, what name we get this man. We got a dog too nice. That people like cats and thing too. Dog too nice. That people like hot dog and all them things. No, dog too nice. A dog. We can't say he's a cat. A cat is a nice thing. That real people like cat.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God
How nice is when you see you watch your cat and you say, pussy, 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 pussy. And you call your cat and you give your cat some nice food. Nice snacks to snack and all kind of thing. So what is your name for me to get rowdy all here? While I run through and see where it's now join us. Yeah, where's our nice name? I'm gonna keep on this spirit here. Not a nice name. What he is? He's a what? Somebody that give me a name was the worst thing ever, you know. Oh, you had to join, man. Let me know. I don't know if I can pronounce it. It's Sarojani Singh. Good morning to you. Well, I know you're going to know his own name. I try to think it. But I'm sure he sing. Oh, boy.
you turned into wine
What have I seen every man, boy?
in the eyes of the blind.
Yes, no, you let them know to share the program. Share the program. Rajin, Rampasad, a pleasant good morning to you, Orlando Lacon.
Into the darkness.
Hey, Darren Daniel, good morning to you. I can't wait this time for them to put that Rima man and his you know. They had to put Darren Daniel for Rima, you know. I know I say, you know, that the better man, they have put Darren Daniel. The man have been working that seat not now long time.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger, God you are higher than any other, our God is healer, awesome in
Hey, Elsa. Good morning, Elsa. First time I seen you there, girl, Elsa. Good morning to you. Hey, Tommy Mohammed, good morning. Rasta Jack, I done tell you morning already. Barup. Where you still in Canada? Cold cell? Let me know, what going on today? Dexter. How long I see you? I have a cafe to organize help more over there.
the darkness.
Yeah, with people mechanic partner. Yeah, boy, Dexter. Hey, tell Sita, say good morning.
We run,
You don't know.
there's no one like
Rick Williams, good morning to you, my brother. Bujam John, good morning.
you.
Christian, Ram Sukulala, a pleasant good morning.
Our God is stronger, God you are higher.
Anthony, good morning to you. I ain't even nobody, right? Are you ready to start this program? You know? And so it built like that. Now we talking about Indra Pinky, good morning. Dress School, good morning.
Our God,
Deborah Chatu. I want to chat too. You chat plenty like me, or?
God
Yeah, it's talk plenty. I know.
any,
Prima, go sign good morning.
God is healer.
Yes, man. Prima say, Andy, I enjoying that song. Boy, that song just bring a kind of spirit, boy. Molly Sanderson. Hey, first time I'm seeing you up and ride. I told her to get brave. Just say at least say morning now, man. Let me see what some Molly names. Molly, good morning. Molly said a good morning. You see, that's what you doing it. First time I'm seeing you, Molly.
And if our God,
Who am I missing? Jason Jeffries, you now reach.
and if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for
Hey,
us,
Sukai.
who could
He
have?
said, God bless you all.
If our God,
Good morning to you, my brother.
then what can stand against? Stand against.
Devin. Yeah,
Devin say good morning from Toronto, Canada. Pleasant good morning to you, my brother. That we be talking about. And to all you foreigners, thanks so much for choosing the #1 program or to choosing the Ground Report program as your morning, as your information when it coming to keeping in touch with Trinidad and Tobago and getting the truth of the status of your country and playing the interest in you wanting your motherland, where your roots come from. That the people here are better. Thanks so much, each and every one of you. Matilda Rhodes, good morning. John, good morning. And Maria, I ain't see her yet. Marilyn Ciceran, I ain't see her yet. Ann Jackman, good morning. I ain't see her yet neither. Where you Ann Jackman? Let me know where is there. You know, I find like you're hiding. Nice Muslim lady. And she family them good boy, but these people is real support we all here. Hey, Ravi aka Postman.com, he mud all of them. Hey, A&A doubles. My boy Noel. Good morning, my brother. Gita Brown, Noel Brown, good morning. Kevon's son-in-law. Daughter Sadia. Kelly. Yeah, that you grandchild. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The lady outside, the Iron Woman, and plus besides the Iron Woman, Jimmy Ramcrit, and besides that, Dr. Goben. Hey, Mr. Goben, a pleasant good morning to you. Hey, Miss Lawrence, good morning. Miss Brooklyn in the house. You already see Miss Brooklyn. Miss Brooklyn vexed with the pit bull long time only. I don't know what it is I do. Miss Brooklyn vexed with me. She promised me a hamper, I ain't get a hamper yet. Miss Brooklyn, why you not calling the pit bull? Why you not calling the pit bull? Mina out there in Austria. A good morning to you too. Oh boy, good people, plenty people. It's just I don't know. All my good people them, they'll be fighting among each other. Why is that? Listen to this God tune. Our here is Christmas, you know, and I for children. Our here to stop all your bacchanaling between each other. This one bacchanaling that one. That one bacchanaling that one. I always said that bacchanal thing with all you. All only bacchanal and all kind of thing. When all of we love each other, at the end of the day, all of we on the same page. We want to get rid of this taxing, lying, thief in government called the P&M. Because don't let me say wrong again. The P&M. We want to get rid of them. This one bacchanal and that one. Arima is at the end of the day, Miss Arima at the end of the day always come out and support me. But she had so if she come and she bacchanaling Mikey and well then when she ain't getting that support from me at the end of the day, I'm a co-host. The program had to go away we do. Go against my co-host for you at the end of the day, crash and hope it don't work. So when I ain't support my darling Arima, she bacchanaling me. When she leave me, think she gone by Lennox program day, she bacchanaling Lennox well Mikey and me and everybody she bacchanaling. But she's a good woman otherwise, eh? She just had to organize and let all of we just get back on track. Understand? Let we just get back on track. All of we fighting the same cause. This bacchanal between each other in a Christmas season. And I want to show you why we must not know bacchanal in a Christmas season. You want to see why? Because it's about bringing that love. It's bringing that spirit. All you understand about? I will show you. All you want to see why? Let me show you why we had to bring that Christmas spirit. Let me close the curtain like Queen Saul, and then we go open it back, right? So let go understand the Christmas spirit. Hey boy, hey, look at that Christmas spirit now, boy. I don't play this tune from the beginning, boy. For that kind of Christmas spirit I'm seeing. I don't know, can you do that kind of Christmas spirit? Where the hell is this? Hey! Let me hear.
With Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
So here we're going to do all here. Let me close the curtain and bring that Christmas spirit to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Water you turned into wine.
Now let's close the curtain. Are you ready for the surprise?
Eyes of the blind. There's no one like you.
Let me see a thumbs up if you're ready for that surprise.
Alive.
bringing it goes through Christmas spirit, and we also fighting the right battle because we want to live better. We deserve to live better.
Darkness you shine.
Give me a thumbs up if you're ready for me to pull the curtain to bring that Christmas spirit on you.
There's no one like you.
Nah, I ain't closing the curtain until they give me that thumbs up, you know. All of you on YouTube, look at see all of you, Baruch, all of you. Elizabeth Duke. Watch out.
Our God is greater.
Man about 28. Watch out how much all I see. Watch out. Candy. All the vex that I ain't call all the name. I stop and out Lucky Lal. All of you watch.
Is he
Nick, good morning.
our God?
Jasoja. Just say good morning. I hope I pronounce that right. Watch out that Tommy Mohammed. All of you watch. Look at call all the Nigel. Black. Look. So I ain't miss nobody. So they, give me that thumbs up. Let me give you that Christmas spirit one time.
Out of the ashes we
Harry Lal, good morning.
there's no
So you see I ain't miss none all you watch. Roma Price. Oh, I ain't miss you neither. Roma Price, a pleasant good morning to you. And we deserve to live better. Not so, Roma?
our God is greater.
Elizabeth Duke, Peter, Dendial, good morning, partner.
Higher than any other.
Hey, Samantha, good morning. Michael Khan, good morning to you.
Awesome and
Hey, Morgan James, good morning. You see, I ain't missing none all you. All the talking.
our God is
Annie, good morning.
our God
Hey,
is
Johnny Ball. Hey, Johnny Ball, good morning to you, Johnny Ball.
any other.
What are we talking about?
Our God is
Angela, good morning.
awesome and
So you see, I miss none all you. Trini Nairo, good morning.
our God.
I accept for Ali Trini, what going on here? See, up to now, we ain't letting me know what's going on, you know. Yeah, let me know what's going on now. Where's that Geraldine? Good morning to you. First time I'm seeing that name. Thanks so much for at least saying good morning, man.
Eyes for us.
So when I see it again, I can remember it because it was a hard one.
And if
Yes.
with us, and
Nice. So I miss nobody, right? I miss nobody.
if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what
Hey, Beulah, good morning. Black Bear, Dish, good morning. So I miss none only Kevin. Hey, Anne Marie, I mean, look at now see you there. Gloria X Caller, look at now seeing you too. Nice. Only Sita come see young girl, look at now seeing you too. You only don't forget to share. Don't play that and I hear greeting all day. Warming we up for we battle and then only playing only and sharing at all. You know.
strong?
Don't let me get away.
God, you are higher than any other. Our God is here. Awesome.
Hey Jesse, good morning, I seen you. Hey Jenny, good morning. Yes.
Our God is
Jill Monroe, good morning.
Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other.
Jenny Laljen, I know. Hey, Anna Munsami, Munsami, good morning. Wayne, very good. Some of you showing yourself for the first time, and I'm happy that you all at least saying morning. Just say a hi, however it go. Barbara Coleman, the first time I'm seeing you. Thanks so much for at least saying hi. All of you always listening.
God is
All you introducing all yourself at all.
forever stop us.
All you like them bandit and them, you know. All you come like home invasion. All you stop that, eh? Everyone to stop home invasion. While all you there and I know all in the house. Oh, that come like all you home invading, eh? So knock the door now, knock the door. Just with a thumbs up, knock the door. Don't home invade. We fighting that too. How I gonna know all in the house if all ain't saying hi? And all in the house say quiet. Look how much all they done lock on. 400 and something all you. And all they just say quiet in the house say invading, home invasion. I go make a report, you know. Right, like I seen. Suhan Mata. Well, boy, I hope I pronounce good, but first time, thanks so much, Sheldon Khan. Good morning, too.
Turned into one.
Nice. So we practicing it the right way. Let me don't home invade. Even if all they want to text, because all they don't want to get involved in we family bacchanal, because let's see all we family. All of you on the same page, but fighting each other, and then so I know some only want to gang there because they don't want to cross with Santa Cruz, or they don't want to cross with Arima, or they don't want to cross with Kingsley, or they don't want to cross with Manifesto Mako, or they don't want to cross with everybody. Don't want to cross, or they don't want to cross with nobody, or they don't know who is the people all this want to cross with, boy. Some of them don't want to cross with Mr. Barrapo, some of them don't want to cross with Miss Woodbrook. Or they don't want to cross with Anderson Wilson saying, well, boy, the beater will never vote there. And what's it, our family member? They now get the nod, Marcel. Get the nod, they will die, it. Anderson is a P&M now.
Our God is a healer.
Bang, bang, bang.
Nah, I ain't continue with that tune. I say something and I ain't seeing here. All they saying amen. All they have to say the right thing, you know. Watchy, good morning, you know, lock on. Red Grimes, good morning too. You know, lock on. Very good. Lock on, bro. Right, well, we know home invasion. Esther Smith, good morning. We not in our home invasion, man. At least say hi. When, good morning. Right. Where the hell? Suklal. Right, I don't say for Garo and all of you. Kit Singh. Very good. Yes. With that Lalnini. Basdio, good morning. Sheldon Khan. Pundit. Hey, Pundit Maharaj, good morning, man. Very good. Right, you see? Don't the Pundit understand where it's home invasion. Over 400 and something only on all the platforms, eh? And I only seen a few only in my house. And I know all they hiding. So if all they have good intent, at least say, hi, Pitbull. Hi, Lennox. Hi, Mikey K. At least say that now. Right, so we get new people who they saying hi, man. Very good. Let me Santa Cruz and all of them one day. Not the all of them. Let it tell Bernadette RK, all of them. Wendy and John, let them tell all them hi. Sita Commission, she's a old school, but she's come on and again and ting. Lutchman, look at seeing Lutchman. Reda, good, Rada? Is Rada? Well, I would just say Ragunanan. Yes, Ragunanan. Ragunanan. Good morning. Very good. Virgin Jamaraj, you know, look on or what? Very good. And only when only meet all your family members that was hiding. Be nice. They don't want to come up because they don't want none only to be no bacchanal with them because they love the family, right? So when only introduce all themselves and thing and say morning to Kenneth, Kit Singh and many of the new people you see in the Basdio and many of the new people who at least say hi. Just tell them hi, welcome to the ground report. We know you all always was there. Don't worry. We just have a fight, especially Miss Santa Cruz. She have a fight. And she fighting for the right thing. So don't think. Thomasine Thomas. Look at see Thomasine Thomas. Good morning. All they share is the program, you know. Nice. So now let me get on to business. Right. A thumbs up. All they do the right thing. Oh, you're saying hi, Mikey K. I love your voice. That will. The pitbull voice. Yeah. You say I bite you up for that. Don't make no mistake. I don't talk like Lennox. Lennox don't talk like me. I don't talk like Mikey. Mikey don't talk like me. Them fellas and them is big shot. Them is big word people. Them is grandma man. Them are the sit down among the queen and the king and them now. You know, them is long time but it's good Negroes now. Them is long time house Negroes now. That's why they talk like them Englishman and them who slave we. Who beat people parents and them. Bruise we back. But then after generations they realize being a house Negro wasn't good now. But they keep the accent still now. They keep the accent. They keep the big words and the talk. That one day is a dictionary he solo. Oh, boy, I can't understand that now. Spitting the day, one of these days I was expecting a piece of tongue somewhere with blood coming out his mouth, me, you know. But we go see. Right, so now let me get the Christmas spirit. I call all man, all. Look at Eva Ali, good morning. Look at new one, all. Just tell her hi. Mina Steiner, nice. Look on, man, don't let nobody stop here. Stanford Thomas, good morning, right. Only tell all the family morning now, man. Rishma, so no, Good morning, man. That new one too. Only seen all them new people. Tell them morning and don't frighten them and don't bring them in no bacchanal. Only stay with only thing among the bacchanal family. You see these good people who don't come on so and they come on and they showing themselves. Look, I see Monica Brathwaite. I see that name already, but she don't come on often. Don't bacchanal them at all, right? Esther Smith. You're laughing. She laugh out loud. Morning, Andy. Yes, don't Mako. Say morning. Right, we don't want Makos. Yeah, we must know people in the house. You only know that? Where the hell? How are we going to people in the house if only say hi? Unless only look. Hafina Mohammed. She's a old school. In Jagdio. In Dar Jagdio. Good morning. Nice. So now let me organize and bring in that Christmas spirit. When I bring in that Christmas spirit, I want one time, I want the headliners and them. Yeah. Let me bring in that Christmas spirit, man. Let me to start our headliners and them by the Christmas man. Or the Christmas spirit. Oh. I don't know, you know. That man, this amaze me, boy. He's all kind of thing. A pastor, a priest. I don't know. He's Santa Claus, he's a pimp. Oh, I don't know, boy. Well, let me get a nice Christmas spirit. Let me bring it in. How are we bringing it in? Nice. Let me bring it in this way, man. Let me bring in the Christmas spirit in this way. All you close the curtain, right? Nice. And let me get we headliners and them. Welcome.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang,
With Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
bang, bang, bang.
Oh boy, Santa Claus, what you have for us this morning on the headliners, my brother? No, they serious thing.
You, my friend, are you hearing me loud and clear?
Loud and clear, Santa Claus. Go ahead, my brother.
I never fail to amaze myself because I always say that friends like you, boy, you don't need any enemies. But that being as it may, of course, good morning, all and sundry, east, west, north, south, central, or friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the worldwide web of Pleasant Good Day to you. Yes, of course, it is the traditional, let's say, acceptance in Trinidad and Tobago, and therefore, of course, on the ground report, we cannot, of course, fail to recognize that factor. But in spite of that, we are bound by, of course, the commitment to disclosing the challenges that has invaded and consumed Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, it is unforced, meaning that it is unnecessary, and of course it was brought on by a group of individuals led by Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley under an organization called the PNM that clearly has morphed or has, shall I say, metamorphosized into, of course, a criminal enterprise called the PNM. And of course we have had so many instances of that proof that, of course, there is no need on this occasion to we have to consider to be a given, right? It is axiomatic, as some people would prefer to say. That being as it may, of course, what is making the news? Well, of course, yesterday I was hesitant to mention it. Now I can confirm it, and that is Leon's. There were two articles that I read yesterday, and one said that Leon's from the Newsday, one that Leon's did not show up for, of course, screening at Bali's house. And then the next one said that he was, in fact, one of the candidates that were selected. Let me just take on this. That were selected for contesting the 2025 general elections. Well, I can confirm this morning that he did not show up, and the executive has been asked. He was the only candidate, by the way, for the Laventel East Mover constituency of the PNM, and as I said, he didn't show up, and they would have been asked to, of course, get another person to replace him. There is speculation that Hines may well go back there because he started his political, what I consider to be inhospitable and should I say destructive political career in Laventel East Mover. In fact, of course, that is the place that I am registered to vote, and of course you would know where my vote would have gone, always for the UNC or an opponent entity, as was the case in, of course, 2007 when I contested that particular seat for the UNCA. We will have more of that in due course, and in particular, of course, on the corridor transformation as we engage these communities to let them know that not only have they been shortchanged or disappointed or literally engaged in either destruction, or those who stayed the course as far as the PNM is concerned, political, suicidal elements that needs, of course, to be what I consider to be not followed, particularly if you are in a leadership position. You know, people like Polo Spain and these fellas and them who, of course, are total, what I consider to be poor exemplars of leadership in these communities. But to be specific, if you are a leader and you are attached to the PNM, clearly, of course, you really are persona non grata or ineffective, because at the end of the day, leadership is about progressing the people, and what we are seeing is a retrogression of the people, even in circumstances where they are already poor. But that being as it may, let's go straight about PNM picks 13 election candidates. Of course, basically those are candidates that would have been there already, and I suspect that people are going back there not to embarrass Rowley, because clearly they know that the writing is on the wall. They know that, but if everybody would have abandoned Rowley, then of course early in the game you will not have a PNM as such, because of course clearly they have made a decision, I'm sure, contrary or against, of course, other what I consider to be rational and committed patriotic persons who would have, of course, advised them to the contrary. But they will, of course, lie on that what I consider to be prickle bed or stiletto bed that they want to lie on as far as, of course, the PNM is concerned and under a Rowley leadership. But what again, of course, the Privy Council reserves ruling in is Caesars versus JLSC. That is the Judicial Legal Service Commission case. I remember, of course, that matter has gone to the Privy Council because the Chief Justice was not in agreement with the decision of the appeal court here in Trinidad against him, because he's head of that particular entity, the Judicial Legal Service Commission. And so the Privy Council are now deciding whether or not to sustain or to maintain or to agree with the decision of the Privy Council. With the appeal court in Trinidad. The Privy Council is to make a decision whether they are in agreement with the appeal court in Trinidad that Caesar was unfairly treated, and that she is in fact up to that point in time and all know as far as they're concerned, based on the decision, she's still a judge, and there's no way, of course, that commission led by the Chief Justice could reverse that, and there are certain specific way, according to the Constitution, how a judge can be removed, and they said that process was infringed in the case of Ms. Caesar's case, and therefore, of course, the Privy Council has reserved its ruling for a later date. But of course, the substantive arguments have been laid, and maybe sometime later we could look at some of the valid points that would have been raised in that particular matter. Belmont man freed after serving 33 years for 1991 murder. There was, of course, after some serious reductions and good behavior, etc. He is now a free man. With murder, convicted of murder, I should say, charged and convicted of murder. One of the few murders that would have been, of course, reach its conclusion, because when you're talking about murders in this country, you're talking about it at least reaching the courts, and the courts making a decision on the matter. Well, too many of them, about 5%, they say, of them reaches the court in the first place, and then you have a lesser percentage, of course, securing conviction. Most of the persons are acquitted, or in some way, of course, their circumstance would have been reduced from, of course, the whole question of murder. So we wish the gentleman well, but at the same time we hope that, of course, that does not reoccur, nor the community to which he belongs, which of course is Belmont, and one assumes that he'll be going back there, that he doesn't pose a risk. But of course he was advised by the court to, of course, do or continue to do what obviously the prison system said, that he was a reformed person, and therefore the court has asked him to, of course, continue that reform disposition in the community to which he is now at that. So let's see how that pans out. Of course, different to Tobago. In Tobago, of course, we had a 40 million drug bust. 40 million drug bust, yes, of course, of marijuana, cocaine, etc. But in this particular case, it was two persons were held, but both of them were recently, of course, released from prison. So you understand my cautioning and my admonition to the gentleman who was released from Belmont recently from that sentence that he would have served. Too many of them, they call them, of course, in police terms, recidivists, and we hope that recidivism is not practiced by the Belmont person. I'm emphasizing Belmont because it is close to me. I have a lot of persons that I know from that community, and some of my stepchildren are from there as well. So I would want to see some positive influence, and that is why I would have been so focused on that particular matter. Two men face court on extortion charges. Yes, a series of intimidation to businessmen in particular, to have them hand up money. Of course, and that extortion scenario has come to a halt when two men, of course, face the court on that particular charge, or those charges. Costa to work with Anime Carib. Costa, as you know, is a tertiary institution of a scientific nature, and they are partnering with, of course, this private entity to promote the animation fraternity, I should say, or enhancing the animation fraternity, or those who are so disposed or interested in animation or cartoon and that kind of thing, for those who are not familiar with the term animation. So yes, of course, the central bank approves a new e-money issuer. I'm very concerned that I think about 3 or 4 of them have been approved by central bank. These e-money issuers, meaning that persons who can receive money for transfer, something like Western Union, but of course in the local context, where you can transfer money from one place to the next, etc. I don't know what other services they may be providing. I would want to, of course, look into that to find out. But essentially, that is what. But you have to have a license for that, and the central bank has issued another one. I don't know if it is a willy-nilly helter-skelter scenario because Rowley said, let's go digital. That, of course, the bank is responding to that, and it may create some further issues for us in terms of money laundering, in terms of course, dishonest persons, etc. And we need to look at that. And I'm saying so out of an abundance of caution, targeting, of course, the central bank administration, and hope that it is not lured or in any way engaged, of course, in an activity because Rowley and them, and including the Minister of Finance, would have said so, and therefore advancing the concept of a digital economy or digitized society. Rowley, I think it's the Minister of Finance who said he went to Europe and saw that he had to pay everything by some kind of digital process. Let us not get carried away. Let the infrastructure be placed there. I would prefer, for example, to see that every community, the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, has a blanket, of course, ability in public spaces in particular to have, of course, internet connection. I think that is a very good investment and a good foundational start. Not only would that benefit those persons who may not have Wi-Fi or Wi-Fi to, of course, engage the internet, but certainly it would go a long way in assisting students to come up to scratch, because the C exam, but no, not the C exam, but the CXC exam, but certainly the C exam can also benefit from that, because we saw a deterioration in the performance of the C students in the primary schools when, of course, COVID was around and they had, of course, to engage the internet in order to get their lessons going. So there will be a all-round benefit, and that is something that we have already put to Kamala Prasad-Bissessar and the UNC. We believe that they are more receptive to those kinds of advanced inevitabilities, having regard, of course, to Rowley's initial position on the matter of laptops, when, of course, he summarily took away that from the students, and then, of course, made the flimsy, nebulous, and should I say asinine argument that the students and them are now or are engaging these devices for only pornography and games. I mean, it is myopic, it is dangerous. It is, of course, a person who clearly cannot be serious about digitization now, but that clearly is part of their efforts to try to hoodwink the population, and to, of course, just like the property tax was supposed to be for local government, which cannot be found at this point in time. In fact, with local government, monies have been taken away from them. Well, I think this is another political ploy for the national elections due next year. And nobody must, of course, take Dr. Rowley and his team seriously. They are about, of course, talking about the most recent and concocted, should I say, freshly minted amorphous idea. Amorphous simply meaning that it is up in the sky, but really and truly will not be materialized or manifested by the PNM administration. We have seen too many of that not to draw that inescapable conclusion. That being as it may, 3-6 PNM's nod for Labre, so we have a contest there within the PNM. And I want to tell people as well, having reached that point, that it is unfair, and I want people to be conscious of the fact that when the UNC postponed its internals, or put another way, they didn't postpone as far as the Constitution is concerned. They were within the right to, of course, initiate the internals within the context of the permissible period of the Constitution of the UNC. There were elements that were saying that they weren't going to do it. But I think the fundamental argument then was that the nomination process that took place and that obviously delayed the calling of those internals, even though it was well within, of course, the constitutional parameters in terms of date and time to calling that particular election. There were elements, of course. Today they are known inauspiciously as the five dissidents, but they were calling for an election. I am saying so for that election preemptively, but I'm saying so because here it is. The PNM has found itself in a worse situation. They have postponed the internal elections. No reason except, of course, the spokesperson who was supposed to be fundamentally authoritative. I'm talking about the chairman and the general secretary in particular, who said that, listen, the general council has the authority so to do, and it was done on the request of the prime minister or the political leader of the party. A date was set. Actually, a date was set, and that is what makes it even more what I consider to be significantly different from that of the UNC. The UNC didn't set a date, but yet still people were asking for a date. The PNM set a date and then postponed that date, and I think that is significant. And then, of course, are now pursuing, of course, the vetting of potential candidates for seats, and for the respective seats that are up for grabs in the 2025 elections, but without telling us what date the internal elections will take place, which, of course, anybody familiar with party politics, mass party politics in Trinidad, will know that is fundamental to, of course, going into an election. So here it is, the PNM has infringed its own constitution, but I'm hearing no one within the PNM in particular. No. I stand corrected. I think people like Mariano Brown, and I stand corrected there, but I know for sure people like the former Minister of Labour, Jennifer Batiste. She has expressed a concern, and of course the former Public Utilities Minister, who of course is now with one of the financial institutions of the region or hemispheric. What's his name? He came from one of the African countries, brought in by Rowley in order to manage the public utilities ministry. I'll get it during the course of the presentation here this morning. But I'm saying that these people have spoken out about that level of infringement, but I am not seeing it in the regular newspapers, and so there's only we on the ground report and of course social media. But I suppose the traditional media will certainly, of course, be the author of its own obsolescence or demise ultimately, because of course people will now look for their news from platforms such as what we are doing here on the ground report and elsewhere. Nobody else has, of course, observed that, and the PNM is allowed to go merrily to, of course, do their screening, etc., without, of course, the traditional media identifying the fact that a fundamental robbery to the general membership of the PNM has occurred by, of course, the postponement of those internal elections. That being as well, of course, Tobago comes optimistic as anti-crime plans are bearing fruit. Well, of course, who wouldn't say that after, of course, that major drug bust, $40 million in marijuana, cocaine, and of course the seizing of some arms and ammunition in the process. So, yes, of course, Enterprise is saying that Shabona's residents want more confidence patrols. And when they talk of confidence patrol, introduced by, I think, Superintendent of Police, Meister, who of course was a former head of the Police Welfare Association. I remember him as being even as president of that entity. He's now, of course, in the first division league. So I suspect he no longer qualifies to be managing affairs or representing for second division officers, Meister, yes. But he introduced a confidence patrol, and in the Shogunas area, he's managing the central area. But of course, it reminds me of the comfort patrol that was, of course, taken away by this government. And here it is that he has, of course, to clearly it will have some elements of that particular initiative that was initiated by the Kamala Prasad administration that resulted, of course, partially resulted in, of course, a much lower murder rate and crime reduction than we have had over the last 9 years of the Rowley PNM administration. Yeah, you have something to say?
Yes, my brother. So with all of that and all those different news that you give them, oh boy, all those various front burners, we know that you the people, yes, we know you the people have your front burner, your issue that you have to bring forward. We look forward for you doing this. Now, don't forget, send your voice notes and all. Make sure do send your voice notes. But remember, yesterday we have a marathon to complete. Because again, we deserve to live better. We must live better. We demand that we live better. And we asked you, and we will continue to ask you, what was your breaking point when it coming to the PNM administration, that is the ruling administration right now? What was your breaking point? Right? We want to know. So let's get down to that aspect.
People, we will continue that fundamental question, and of course the final thing I would like to share with you is that because there was some controversy as to whether it was dismembered parts of the victim or not. Well, the news is that a man's dismembered remains found in Superior. So there's a Superior incident with dismembered parts, and of course one associates that with, of course, our Latin American friends that are now with us, and that is the way how they treat with, of course, as far as crime and criminality is concerned. That's how they treat with any dispute or having cause, of course, to, from their perspective, of course, to engage in that kind of criminal behavior. So dismembered remains. I say so because on my program, of course, Mr. Paul Spain, in his usual, of course, ignoramus and obnoxious, of course, pretending, of course, to know everything and clearly always wrong, you know. He said that he read the same article, and the article did not say that there were, of course, dismembered parts, and he wanted to question, of course, how stupid these people are and their comprehension and ability. Well, I suppose when you point at someone, Mr. Porter Spain, and I'm advising you once again, if you note when you point with your index finger, 3 fingers, your middle finger, your ring finger, and your little finger points back at you. So be careful about the things that you say, because you may well live to regret it. As old as you are, you can take some advice. Go ahead, Andy. Anybody that want to share any thoughts with us, including, of course, news that they have in their possession, and of course, give us and tell us at what point were you totally frustrated and overwhelmed by the inability of this Rowley PNM administration to manage the affairs of the country, and everywhere you go is deterioration. Whilst, of course, they promised utopia, it turned out to be a dystopia over the last 9 years. So far.
We must make government work for the people rather than have the people work to keep a government in place.
You must develop a sense of self-reliance. You must develop a sense of confidence. And you must know and remember that parliamentarians are your servants and that you are the lords of the land. And so I ask you to put your hand on your heart, every one of you, and shout after me, I am the government. Louder, I am the government. I am the government.
Never know how time it is.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang,
What a thing with the picnic no pass. Where we are gonna do? Not nice where we are gonna do. We suffering every day, cause life so messed up, me brother. But where we are gonna do? Get a young.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, good morning to you.
Yes, guys. Andy, you asked, yesterday, what is your breaking point? Andy, my breaking point was years ago with this PNM, you understand? Because, years ago, I done with these people, you hear? They mashing up this country long time. So it's no breaking point now, the breaking point gone long time, you hear? Them is a waste, you understand? And you know something? I listened to the replay of the Monday night program. I did not hear it Monday night. I went out. And I am listening to Mrs. Kamala Prasad, sister. And you know, Andy and Lennox, I am wondering, when I listen to this woman, and this woman read out the amount of hundreds of millions of dollars that were spent in cost overrun in the Scarborough Airport. Airport.
Robinson Airport, yes.
Yes, hundreds of millions. But you know what I'm wondering? Why is the media in this country, why the journalists and the analysts and the economists and all the essentialists, as I like to say, how these people do not take this kind of information and bring it to and make a big issue out of it? You will make an issue out of every matter. Kamala Prasad says she going to send back the illegal immigrants who give in trouble. It was headline news in the Guardian. It was headline news in the Express. And it was headline on CNC News. It was headline on TV. And a serious issue like this, nobody talking. I hope the people in this country realize what we are up against with citizens, you know. These people who are supposed to be the professionals, the ones who are supposed to be given the information with the fair and balance, they say absolutely nothing with all this massive corruption that is going on with the PNM. Every day something new. They should be broadcasting, they should be reporting, and they should be making a big issue with all the corruption in the PNM. You will make a big issue with every sensible thing that Kamala Prasad says per se. You understand? So people, we have to be the everything to fix this country, you know. Because you see them in authority, they're not doing it. You hear? These people are the people who are continuing to support the evil doers. You hear? They are the brotherhood and the sisterhood of evil, and they intend to keep it up. So we have to get strong. We have to be prepared. We have to push back. We have to make sure we keep up this fight until we get all of them to go. This is a serious thing. Look and see where they coming from. And if all you ain't nobody know, all you ain't gonna know again. So as I'm saying, all those millions could have been spent in health. It could have been spent in education. It could have been spent in making the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago more comfortable. But guess what? The people getting nothing. And PNM wasting hundreds of millions of dollars and people letting them get away with it. Man, here now. People contributed to the destruction of this country for 10 years, but we will fix it. And you know something, I want to congratulate. I also heard I think it's Dr. Dowlett. He was very good, and you know, I am hoping that the people, I know the people in City San Fernando, West or wherever will support him, because these are the people that we need to fix this country. People, we have to make sure and put the best forward. You understand? And when you listen to these three that he had chosen, these are three powerful people. I think it was Dowlett, Mohit, and Saddam. These are the kind of people we want in Parliament. You understand? To make Trinidad the country that we know it could be. You understand? These set of crooks and bandits and gangsters in the PNL, we have to get rid of all of them. Anyway, guys, you all are doing an excellent job. Blessings to all my ground reports family, people who take the time off every morning to listen and to call. You are the ones that keep the fire burning, and trust me, we have to fight. We're going to keep on fighting because we're not making jokes. We want to live better, and we are going to live better. All who want to continue living like pig and having nothing and being abused and disrespected and holding on to the PNM, let them. Leave them alone. We don't have to have 41 seats to win an election. We just have to have the majority, and by the grace of God, with all the intelligent, ambitious people who want to live better, who experience almost 10 years of wickedness, sinfulness, suffering, murders, and all the evils that we as a people were not supposed to be experiencing, and they want to fix it. That is what is going to. So you see, the ones who want to hold on to PNM till they're dead, leave them. We do not have all, but just remember, we just need the majority to win, and the majority of people in this country want to live better. Blessings to all.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Nice. Very good contribution, Mother Big Book.
Oh yes. Hits it on the head, and that is where it is. Of course, I am very intrigued by, of course, the whole breaking point. She said it was almost in perpetuity. From the time they came in, that's the interpretation I will give to that presentation as to when that breaking point had occurred. Like something like me is a continuous one.
Oh boy, let's get the next voice note here, man. Man, that was a call, so let me play a little voice note, but meanwhile I'll wait your calls.
Alright.
Andy, Lennox, Mighty K, Ole, good morning. Nice to be in the land of the living. Andy, I'm begging you, please, I'm now having a breakfast. Please, don't show Rowley on that TV for me this morning.
Wait, now, girl. What are you going to do when I get Miss Lennox?
As she said that somebody said, listen, they're just like me. Anytime when we come, they take off the TV and is they really were attacking the house, just as me. Don't show that thing, otherwise I mash up the TV. And the man is simply despicable, and of course he believed that he could insult people's intelligence, insult people literally, and get away with it without, of course, being punished and in perpetuity. But we will wait until after the elections when they are out of office. Blue lights and silver bracelets. A bomb.
Oh God, let me finish Miss Lawrence. Voice note all you. That the mother of Dennis Lawrence and all you.
Yes. In fact, I want to say Dennis Lawrence, who was part of that's a very successful football team. Well, he attended, of course, MLIO. The other day was talking about Heroes of Lamington. I didn't mention her. Well, I didn't mention him. Well, boy, she gave me a good tongue lashing. I don't want to say what she said, but she did. So let me make sure I recognize Dennis Lawrence.
Yes. While we hero Dennis Lawrence, Miss Lawrence is his mother. Right, so let me get Miss Lawrence, the mother of Dennis Lawrence. Let's get her voice note this morning here. Oh boy, she needs you know. She needs you.
Yeah. Give her a good tongue lashing on that one, boy.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Andy, Lennox, Mighty K, Ole, good morning. Nice to be in the land of the living. Andy, I'm begging you, please, I'm now having a breakfast. Please, don't show Rowley on that TV for me this morning. Every time I see that man, I just feel to puke. You understand? So please, let me enjoy my little breakfast that I'm taking this morning. Thank you and have a blessed and wonderful day.
Upset stomach.
Bang, 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 bang.
Don't pour. Let me go to the next voice note there. Wait.
Yes, upset stomach inducement with that face.
Oh Lord, this man sending everybody mad, boy. I understand that. Let me hear.
Can't wait to vote your steel out.
Let me hear.
Pleasant good morning, Andy, Mikey, and Sir Lennox. Well, my breaking point is, I believe my breaking point is everything this PNM and Rowley doing. Because a good scenario or a good analogy of this thing is like you're seeing sand on the beach, and when time the PNM walk on it, it's footprint and mashing it up going down the road. And when they try to go back to fix it, it's more mess they're making. Any direction they're going, it's footprints are leaving on the sand. You understand? So no matter what, you could look in any direction. It's a breaking point. So my breaking point with them is everything you could think of, you know. So blessings again to everyone. I ready. Yellow Z code, I ready. There we go with it.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
A pleasant morning to the Ground Report, Andy, Mikey, Lennox, and all the viewers and listeners. Well, I see Saturday, the unions and together with the citizens has decided to come out Saturday morning around the Whitehall. I think that if the people could come out, it would be good. But we will need more people. The country are in serious trouble, as we see economically. And well, there's nothing much we can do at the moment, but just to come out and show our disgust. All right. Show it in a big way and let the people and the world know, the Caribbean and, you know, certain part of the world, that what we are going through and the kind of administration in power and the suffering, heartache, and you name it, that what the citizens are going through right now. 850 billion unaccounted for in PTSC. I think just now we mightn't get a bus on the road. We may have to resort to bicycle and do a lot of walking. So all in all, we need answers, and we need to get the answers very fast about the 850 million in PTSD unaccounted for, and also the 3 billion that are unaccounted for from the Auditor General report. So there's a lot of things that we need to come out.
Good morning.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Good morning. Andy, Lennox, Mikey. We are having a cold morning in Orlando, brother. Too cold for me. I used to live up north, but boy, oh boy, my body changed now. I'm down in the south. Anyhow, Andy for Andy, and listen to this. Lennox for Laventille. Lennox, you need to put your name in for Laventille. The second time around may be different, my friend. We need to get rid of them PM lying captain government. The PNM.
Oh God, it's cold. Why you want to do my partner that wickedness? I go finish your voice note in Orlando. But why you want to put Lennox and Laventille partner? Let me put Lennox, Tuna Puna, let me put Lennox in a safe seat. All that work under the wickedness, you want to do this, fella? That man had a rocket. He run out of gas. The gas supposed to be the people of Lavanti. The people of Lavanti only putting gas in the rocket when it's not an election time. And up to when it is that I go by the voting booth. Yes, that's what it is do. So he just get gas when you have to do a company for them. He's get gas when you have to help them to get the NIS. He's get gas when what's my and the rocket full, you know. Full. Up until a general election date call and the day of the election. The day before the election, them and all getting him real gas. They're checking him out. He walking for them like a dog. And at the day of the election, he think he rocket going and fly. All that gas. Rocket full with gas. And then when they go on by the voting booth, they come back and tell him, some jumbie empty the gas right while they was going to put the finger on he. And it just pull their hand to put the X by the balizy. Oh God. I'll continue your voice note. Don't do it.
My colleague and friend just mentioned that. But go ahead, my friend.
Good morning. Andy, Lennox, Mikey. We are having a cold morning in Orlando, brother. Too cold for me. I used to live up north, but boy, oh boy, my body changed now. I'm down in the south. Anyhow, Andy for Andy, and listen to this. Lennox.
Voice notes only for now, y'all. Opening lines of calls.
Lennox, you need to put your name in for Lamanti. The second time around may be different, my friend. We need to get rid of them PM lying taxing government, the PNM. And everybody needs to come out there and support you. We need Lennox for Lamanti, LL, Lennox, Lamanti. And Andy, Gandhi. Sounds rhyming. It sounds good, my friend. Sounds good. We need you guys out there. And again, ask the short man who is a carpenter, who is in the South Finance, where the money going. Ask the outsing who cannot pass the exam in the South Health. They always pick all the wrong people for the wrong position. They should take themselves. They also Minister of Latrine, not health. Just like up here, we have a president picking all the wrong people, all the criminals he's picking, and sending them place and giving them position. That's where all we did in Trinidad. The criminal up here, the criminal in Trinidad. Okay? And the Gandhi will talk to you later. Bye.
Alright. Let me finish here. I see you one more day. Oh boy, let me go to the other voice notes there quick. Let's hear.
Andy for Gandhi, I forget one more thing. My breaking point was when PNM won the election on Kamala Lake in 2015, I believe. Yeah, because I was in Trinidad. I met Kamala, and when she was going up for election, I talked to Shane to offer him the party. My breaking point was when she lose the election. Since then, I hated PNM. Andy for Gandhi, what we do, only let people in your village, in your town, who can help you know your town better. That's what we do it in this country. So maybe I have it wrong, but that's what I thought, people know him more than otherwise. Alright, Andy, talk to you.
Nice. So now we're taking your calls, the lines are open.
Bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
War boy time check. It's a 43 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the pitbull of radio, which I am. Lennox Smith, the big word man, and Michael Kerr will be joining us in a little bit. Yes. What was your breaking point, Trinidad and Tobago, when it coming to this PNM administration? You know the people breaking point that I want to hear? You see people who voted for the PNM? They did actually vote to put this government in power, and them come and admit to we I did vote the PNM, and I think it's the biggest mistake I ever make. And my breaking point with the party in who I point power was this. Watch me. That gospel will spread so far. Because why? It's only we. You see why? You know why I powerful so? Because I was a PNM and know them. So when I talk, other PNM people hear me saying, yeah boy, the people was a PNM too like me boy. They are them nasty boy. They ain't like we own. Them hate the own, you know. PNM don't like black people at all. When PNM in power, the 1% they say everything. They're nasty. Dr. Raul is a Oreo, no. He's a black man from the outside. But when they say he was an Oreo, when Kamala tell we he's an Oreo, we find out disrespectful. When an Indian come and playing, she telling a black man, boy, you're Oreo. I'm telling an Indian woman, boy, she disrespectful. Yeah. But I realized she was waiting, the right to say that black man is a Oreo boy. Raul is a nasty, stinking dog. I say, oh God, you serious, boy? But you vote for he? Yes, boy, boy. But he's a nasty man, boy. You don't like black people, boy. I say, but I tell all of that. I was there, I run, and only now realize he don't like black people, boy. Yeah, boy, people was right, boy. But shame now, boy. You know, because them Indian and them, they spill, you understand, boy? Oh God, boy. Well, right now, you're right. But we gotta get rid of him, right? We get rid of him. Boy, don't tell my family them, don't come home me to tell me about PNM and Rowley, you know. I tell them I go slap them in the face. Any one of my family come and tell me about the PNM and tell me about Rowley, I go slap them in the face. I say, lad, don't make a jail. Because it has some of them ain't go change. But whoever can get the change along the waistline will add to the cookie jar and getting rid of this taxing, lying, thief and government you call the PNM. That's what we're talking about. So let us hear, what was your breaking point, Trinidad and Tobago? And I want to hear, I only hear what I want to hear. I want to hear the people who actually did vote this government and was a PNM and the city, like how I see the light since back then, that PNM don't like their own. And I see now, will only now get to see the light. I want to see what was that light, that breaking point that only reached to now see the light like me, who see it years ago. Right? So let's call in. What are we doing first? Voice notes? What are we doing calls? I'm going to try the calls first. And then you can also come with your front burner, right? What's your front burner? Something serious will be happening up on your side. But have things that we don't know about. Well, Lennox Smith might be missed. That you want the rest of our army of righteousness, army of wanting to live better. And we'll go down to make sure that we get rid of this taxing, lying, thief and government called the PNM. We gotta make sure, because here what? We gotta get rid of this man, this piper. We have a prime minister, he and the whole cabinet is pipers. Yeah, you know it's a piper. All of we who come from the boy down to the big and all know it's a piper. Where's a spranger? We have a government here, them a sprangers, you know. A spranger is a person, they're not well. A piper too. And they need to go to rehab. Because they go sell the children, they go sell the gas tank. That you have them are the cook on for themselves to eat, you know. And the family. When they get so dread and spranging and piping, like them sprang on them. The one more, they lost their work, they need money. By them, this go as far. That's how 6 days, and never tell all they need to put Rowley and the PNM in rehab in 2025. Them need to go see doctor. What's my is real psychologist. How to get them to help them not to be sprung in again, you know. Not to pipe again, you know. They see where what's my, they get the best of the world. What's my we and mine we go pay. You Trinidadian we go pay the money for you to go to rehab. So Olia, what was Olia breaking point when it comes to the spranging, piping PNM government? what it was.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
The lines are open.
I was going to the Oval one evening, and I stopped as it was drizzling, and a radio station was on. And on that radio station, which was my favorite station, which was on in the V1000, a most vulgar and outrageous radio program was on the airwaves called the Ground Report. You all remember that? In that report, it was the nastiest, dirtiest. As a matter of fact, what caught my attention was how filthy the program was on our airwaves. And I was asking myself, how could this be permitted on the airwaves of Trinidad and Tobago? Election or no election. And it was all about me, and my father, and my mother, and this, and I had raped this, and I had done that, and the Ground Report. There was one plan is, the plan is to put an end to this.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
I like how again all your time to send all your message, to send all your voice notes, and to make your calls, because I had to continue hitting all of the reality. This is why we are the number one program. When we do things good. When we do things, we make sure who sprang in, we just stop them from spranging. Who piping, we just stop them from piping. That is why I give all of this. That is why I give all of this. Because we have to face a reality of what we're facing in the next election before I take them calls and them voice notes. Because why don't we all wanting the right thing and wanting to live better, and understanding that when we call that time there, we join, we unite, and we decide to come out, which we have to come out and send that very message. While some of you might feel that the war is an easy war, while because Rowley them doing what they're doing and only saying, well, hey, that bad, and people must be able to dissect and do the right thing and not vote for the PNM. Why? It don't happen like that. Why some of you will say elections is when on the day of elections? Yes, I when they pack the ballots with special votes and many other things. Understand? So don't get complacent at all. Because hear what? You're dealing with other people that who you don't want, them want. Because they see them as their savior. They see them as doing the best thing ever when they come into Trinidad and Tobago. And them have followers. And them have families. Hey, it's a cult. You know, the PNM is a cult. I was part of that cult. Alright, so there's what they're dealing with. There's what they're dealing with. All you have to understand what they're dealing with. I have to make sure all of you understand what they're dealing with. Deal with what they're dealing with.
Anyhow, I'm going to tell these people of Trinidad and Tobago, if they let that ULC government come back in power, you notice the East Indian people don't change their vote at all. No matter what they do, they're still winning their area. Not a vote to come out from their area. Don't remove, not come out, don't remove. You know? And I can't understand what's going on with big people. When they go back and say, you know what's going to happen? Everything going on change again. Them doesn't do like Dr. Rowley, but again, them government, they just remove the board. So these people have to think who inside they're walking now. When them come back in power, we're going to lose we job. They're not thinking about that deal. No, this is not people to run this country. It's because of them everything going through in this place. So much guns coming in this area because she removed everything from the border. Right, so now we African people like to hate ourselves, so. But I pray in the corner and I asking God, like what happened the last time, to keep this government right there. Right? And if he ain't do it, then I will say he letting them pay again. And this time going to be worse than the first time. So all you look out. If all you're careful with what all you do, we are the placing on your finger. Yes, okay? Tell watch now what the time.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Visa. The lines are open. What was your breaking point, Trinidad and Tobago? We're going to take the calls and then we're going to play those voice notes. If all is sticking with the calls, I will go with the voice notes one time. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Where are you calling from? And what's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning. I'm calling from Takalita. This is Granny. Right? Granny, support all you. And God bless all your boys. But I want to say something. I want to know what happened to the Secretary General, the Mahasabha Board, when Sat Maharaj was there, and Sat Maharaj, that the boy-head lady, I don't know what position she had in the government, I can't remember, she was going to break down a temple in built on government land. The people had owned that land a long time in South Florida. Muslims come out and Hindus come out. This fellow was not a member of the Mahasabha. But Sat Maharaj stand up. He said you cannot break down a church, a mosque, or a temple. That the people had that place, right? And Sat Maharaj said, stand up to march with the people. The people was on the road marching. But they cannot do that, right? This Secretary General, Mr. Vijay Maharaj, I want to know what he is doing, what purpose he's serving. He should resign because the father put him there. But the thing is, there was a conflict for he to not to be Secretary General. But then everything came. Maharaj, Pandit Satyanand Maharaj and Brahmanan Pandit were the two first people in Trinidad to come out to talk about this kind of situation. This document saying the Secretary General, so much temple being vandalized, so much temple being attacked, which are reported on the news, and so much, more than 1,000 Indian and Hindus in the UNC area, especially in the Southland, being attacked, beaten, and now is extortion, and this man are coming out, the reverend for the Presbyterian religion, the girl for the woman, what she is, what come out to say, I'm telling all you to pay tax, because the president is a Presbyterian, an Indian president, and he's an Indian Presbyterian reverend. What's wrong with all you? All you see what PNN do to this country? Why didn't put an Indian president all the time? Why didn't put Baliram Maharaj mayor before? Because no election coming next year, or you're so stupid and so dotish. Where is the priest on them? It's only two pundits come out, and they come out first. Pandit Satyanand Maharaj and Pandit Brahmanan Maharaj. I only tell you, with this crime situation and this house breaking, where is the Secretary General? What he is doing? If Maharaj was there, this things couldn't go a fancy. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Next caller, pleasant good morning to you. What's your breaking point when it comes to the PNM government at this point in time? Where you will vote for them? I don't want to hear the testimonies of the people who actually voted for this government twice. They voted for them in 2020, in 2015. They voted for them in 2020. No, in 2020 and no.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, look correct.
With 2015, then 2020, and we want to, yes. We want to know if you're going to still vote for them in 2025. Let's hear. Morning caller, short and sweet. Where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? What was your breaking point? Morning caller. Hey. Morning caller. What was your breaking point?
A pleasant good morning, Andy.
Good morning to you, Ann Brown.
Mr. Lennox, Mikey K.
Good morning.
Director, by extension, our Guile family, Workers Platform, and all on the live stream. My breaking point with this government is continuous, but I will only mention 3. The outrageous amount of recusals for the FFC crew, the disabled community, and the ASPC society. Moving on. Once again, I want to say congratulations on a successful Monday night forum, which was held at Las Lomas, Primary School Las Lomas. And to our nominees, I know you all will bring home those 3 seats for the United National Congress. Moving on, I have 2 important meeting announcements. This Thursday, the 5th of December, 2024, our pavement report will be held at the Three Roads Community Center, Mission Road, Freeport. Secondly, our next Monday night forum will be held at St. Joseph La Jolla Complex. Date is Monday 9th December 2024 at 7 p.m. The topic will be on healthcare. Please come out and support. And remember our political leaders' call for us to stand committed and work together for all our citizens. We want to live better, and have a great day, gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Ann Brown. Nice. Let's hear the next call. Morning call. Where you calling from? And what was your breaking point? And besides your breaking point, what is your front burner otherwise? But what was your breaking point with this PNM taxi, this piping, spranging government called the PNM?
Andy, thanks very much. Andy, you build a library for $200 million in Diego Martin. You come and build one in La Joqueta. You have a cost overrun with the airport in Tobago. You come and build a Ministry of Health building. Come and they build a hospital for $800 million in Sanigandi. And the conditions get worse. Where they getting all this money from? Andy? And the situation with the health sector getting worse and worse. Where they getting all the billions of dollars from? And they have $100 and something million in back pay to get for the ministers. And then, oh God, boy, and these people overdoing it, but they're getting the people angry. They're provoking the people of this nation, right? How much billions of dollars being spent in water? People still have to buy water tank. They have to buy pump. The water is not good to drink because you have too much chlorine and chemicals in it. People still not getting water. How many percentage of this country is getting proper water supply? Andy, how much billions and billions and billions? I hear somebody saying they can't get a blood test in how much weeks time they have to wait, but they have about 50 people employed in that section. Oh God, man, Andy, what this PNM government doing to the people of this nation? Why? Andy, oh God, boy, Andy, too much of wickedness in this country. They have to get rid of them. Thank you, Andy.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Nice. Let's hear. What was your breaking point? Some again, numbers again before I go to those voice notes. If it is you all not calling. Oh, no, they're calling. Morning, caller. Welcome to the Ground Report. And what was your breaking point when it come into this sprang-in, piping government called the PNM?
I am 60-something years of age. I was never a PNM and I will never be one. I want to get straight into my front burner this morning. Good morning, Andy and Lennox Smith, Mikey, wherever you are. Now, I saw on my phone last night, someone sent me a clip of an accident with 2 children was bounced down on the bus route. Did you see it, Andy?
No, I did not.
Okay. Well, it will come. It will come to your phone. Look, I have it on my phone now. To Mr. Rohan Simonan, good morning to you. So you see that accident, that could have been avoided if you all was trying to enforce the regulation that you all give to the population to drive on this country road. Because if the maxi that it stop driver that make an unsafe to overtake sign and get yourself out of the air conditioned world you living in maxi, these children would have had a chance because the maxi who coming from behind who bongs them would have seen this unsafe to overtake sign. Right now, there's many drivers in this country don't know what is an unsafe to overtake sign because of the air-conditioned world they started living in motor cars. Sometimes they're trying to park a car, they didn't even realize you have to wind down the glass, come out the air-conditioned zone and settle the vehicle properly. Get to position the vehicle properly, Mr. Rohanson, and you all are making a mess of this country. So this is the reason, this is one of the reasons why we're still going to get rid of all of you all. There's no how we could work with you all. Look at that incident. There's 3 people will I get bounced there because the driver did not alert the vehicle coming. Although he pulled to the side, if he made the unsafe to overtake sign, the driver would have seen and know somebody is in front of that vehicle. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the Ground Report. Bless. No way we could work with you.
Breaking point, but
Morning, caller. Where you calling from? And let us know what was your breaking point when it coming to this PNM government and any other front burner issue. Short and sweet that you have. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, Andy, Mikey K, Lennox Smith, and to the technical director, Ms. Woodbrook and others. Morning. But partner, Donnie. But my breaking point is from growing up small. At the age when the teachers and realized I was not only a star. My breaking point was in my days going Richmond Street, I ain't seen the neighbors, everybody, after reaching the age of about 11 at them and past conventions, and you seen everybody in the PNN jersey and you see people suffering who slippers bus, but they're trying to go up on the bus still. When the PNM rally done, it's sometimes you get chubby if it have enough. Right? And everybody begging for passage to go home. And I see my country and Laventille especially have supported, and the East-West Corridor, Trinidad and Tobago have supported this party for 60-something years, called the PNM. And I, in my teenage, I said, nah. So whether it was ONR, I said, like my Judith, baby father and my uncle, them, because them was ONR. Then it was NAR. And NJAC and these things. Right? Everybody was PNM. My breaking point was from day one with PNM. Seeing my parents, my grandparents, my neighbors, my constituency, and my country and the whole had suffered below this thing called the PNM. Not a party, not a political party, it's a thing called the PNM. So my breaking point was from early. But I must congratulate my nephew on a safe seat. because you turn it upside down instead of safe seat. And I want to congratulate him as a young person. As the PNM never feels fit to get his mother through that, nobody, nothing. No kind of serious portfolio. As a young fella, the old senior party will be aiming to be the next MP for Laventille West. And I want to congratulate him, not do like others, not because it's my nephew. At the end of the day, I don't have a party card for PNM nor the UNC, but UNC have my fullest support, 102%, 1,000,000%. I remain nation building. But on the other hand, as still glad for him, probably he will, not probably, he will, as you say as they walk, yeah, I'm talking, they say, Corim is not like hands. Corim go show the government, he go bring it to them, whereby Laventille need help. And we will see a difference in Laventille. Brother, if Laventille can vote the UNC, it's better for me to show the PNM, but whereby the work Corim had done throughout Laventille, we ain't saying nothing else but the next member for parliament, and I wish him all the best in his endeavor. But we have a country to save. We have a march on Saturday, and I urge the union and them and all listen. They understand all the other big tall one who was fighting for protection. All. I want to see and beat them in far from the savannah. I can run from here to Sawa and come back in for the Andy. I want to see a mannequin. I'm trying to see if I get the blackest one. And I know all their arms longer than my own. Just like remember Andy when we had the thing on the savannah, the pushback. And he said, Anderson, you have to get a bowl cutter. You know? I said, boy, Andy, why can't a bowl cutter? But I said, let me call my partner who in construction. Because we had a bus deal up for the people to come in. Hey,
don't talk that way. Don't talk that over the damn radio, boy.
Andy,
do you hear
with people that to do that, man? But tell the ball cutter, we just see don't open somebody else to bring a ball cutter. Yeah, so this is how we did protest. And that's no protest and demonstration in Trinidad and Tobago that the people, they need to see Anderson Wilson. And I don't want to be upset when I reach here Saturday with my posse. Right? To say, well, all right, well, they probably have to go, this government had to go. Right? And I can't see a black mannequin jogging. I used to see a mannequin in a yellow dress. That mannequin jogged from Shagarama to Port of Spain, and only you was in that match. So you, the Rambly man, for Shogun's friends, they're not friends of mine. But anybody don't like him, and can't like me. Anybody don't like UNC, that can't like me.
Right, but don't only say the Rambly man who fighting UNC, no. You had to also say, just in case it's Lennox Smith that going against your nephew, you had to say the PNM candidate, the UNC.
It didn't make no sense.
Wait, Anderson, I get a chance to talk, you know. Wait.
Young man, Andy, I will tell everybody.
What, let me
I will tell everybody, it make no sense somebody going up against him. Because that community what he has done. He wasn't just dancing by the band friendship likewise Lennox Smith, I'll help. I'll continue to help a lot of people. He might be dancing somewhere else, but two never dancers, but nevertheless, the work Corey put on and youths on them.
So we're saying that wait, Anderson.
The youths fell for the old people.
All right, the UNC. Wait, Anderson Wilson, you're trying to break my concentration. You're a very smart fella. You're a very educated fella. Don't try to become because you're more educated than me, paperwork, and you're a man from since young, you're bright and thing. Don't come on me with that and play trying to throw me off at all. Because I know you know where I'm coming from. Right. At the end of the day, the UNC are going and put up a young, strong, black candidate in Laventille against Karim's seat. And I want to know
Andy,
let me hear.
Andy,
let me hear.
But the whole of Laventille, boy, people when you walk, boy, like they just for Karim. Some of them say they ain't like PNM but they're voting Karim. I don't know, not because they're my nephew alone. You see, Heinz is a man, he don't have a good track record. Likewise, my partner Lennox Smith, he went up, I love Laventille, I thought that's the worst thing to do. But they're like yourself first. They like a love Laventille. Because Laventille is no easy place. Karim is not no easy work, you know. He not no easy work. But I wish him the best. But I have an election to win. We have an election to win, which is the UNC. And as I tell PNM people that, I tell all them you tell it wrong, I say, only seat PNM I tell Lavandel, and I should Karim. But UNC will be the next government of Trinidad and Tobago. When you walk the street,
with the exception of Karim seat. With the exception of Karim seat.
Yeah. People in Tengen. Yeah, when I miss somebody, I miss any block this morning and walk. Oh God, Karim is a good one, but why you didn't go up for the UNC, boy? It's all kind of mixed in here. It's all kind of, but Karim is a PNM. Like I got UNC, when I see whenever we don't talk at each other, we laugh.
Anderson. Yeah. That interview and I want to see, and I want the people at Trinidad and Tobago to see if there's an honest if there's an honest man. So we go know if we can trust you that you support UNC. When the election day call and you're going to vote, who candidate you're going to vote for? You're going to vote for Karim or you're going to vote for the UNC candidate?
I've never voted within the last 15 or 20 years for the PNM, right, telling you? And I will be voting for the PNM. I am a
nephew. Anderson, don't throw me off. I want to make sure you're hearing me clear. Like when them bandits tell them invade a home and they tell you where the money.
I will be voting for the UNC. That cannot change even.
Right. So you're going to vote for UNC and not your nephew.
As a UNC, like what part of that you don't understand?
All right.
What part of that you don't understand?
We want to.
All right.
Here what we want you do. Andy. Wait, Anderson. Wait. Here what we want you do, Anderson. We want you to. You're going in with a body cam. You go get a secret camera. We want to see where you're going to.
Andy, you for them, I get knocked up politically. Okay. This is I tell them show what hands, you know. Yeah, I say show what hands. Whenever they just come this Saturday, Andy, I think everybody meeting. I want to see the black mannequin. Yeah, I want to see a freckle face one. You gotta get a mannequin and put some dots on your face. Yeah, like Innsworth.
Yeah, by Anderson Wilson.
Yeah, we had a guy Indian one and John tell us I'll sing. But it's just the babies.
Yes.
Yeah, we need some mannequin nowadays. I see a little Indian, I see a little child dancing in a yellow dress with a bottle in a PNM family day, you know. This is the thing. I'll be coming up for rowdy dancing with a Delcy, 100 million in fake oil. The prescription workers, the divers who were stuck in the pipe, the babies that die, the missing children, the young ladies that been raped by the home invasion, and because most of them are here is Indian people, they are citizens, Indian people are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I will be coming out to march against these Venezuelans and them who committed heinous crime of all the drugs flowing through the country. Back and forth and ammunition. I will be voting against the crime. And a lot of people, when you're educated people, sit them to talk, especially some of them youths who are in the university and the labas. They don't get that because some of them don't go labas. Or the landfill, some of them don't go labas. They're very educated. You know what I'm telling you? Right. And they say the PNM is going to lose this election because of the crime situation. Imagine you sing the term saying that.
Nice.
Andy, I look on and listen. Yellow is the code. We are there this Saturday. If I reach out and see them,
why you never talk to your wife? Why you never tell your wife morning now? Why are you talking? What was you talking to whole morning? So I only talking to you.
Andy, she done on the program. She left for work already.
All right, look.
She left for work. It's like when the woman went working or what? I finished work at what time? Since I was 5, I finished work. I don't want a woman when working.
All right.
So look on and listen. Yellow is the code. Hines, the next place you want to move. I tell you when you go in High Court, Hines, I will tell you your papers, you know. When you go in High Court, Hines, you will be a normal civilian. Remember I tell you that? And it's kneel long and say my prayers, you know, Hines. Yeah, they had to move away from Ministry of National Security too much at death. And the hands of the citizens of this country.
All right,
and your hands.
What going to we back the program now?
Now the deaths, the murders, it's in the hands of you Federal Lines and for all who listening. I don't know if you're on dialysis yet.
We done on Gael, but you're wicked because oh God, give me back the program. You're done promoting nephew. You're done everybody know PNM winning in that seat.
Margaret McQueen and everybody from Grenada, St. John's, Puerto Rico, oh God, them up in Guelph. I don't know what they're doing in Grenville. That last weather all that day. But we had goes out to you all in Grenada, Antigua, St. Lucia, Jamaica, and the rest of the eyes. But we have to get rid of a man who was teaching in a school and at one time had a child with a student. And they're not listening.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Oh boy. And let me say a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you that are locked on to us on Gael, the Caribbean. Yeah, I tell Ole must come in early, you know. While Ole waiting for Gael to come on early. You know what thing when they missing? You know what thing when they missing, boy? Come now, man, we start 6 in the morning. Or they just lock on to we, whether you're in Guyana, Grenada, Jamaica, whether you're in Trinidad and Tobago, where you love your Gael the Caribbean as much as we love the Gael the Caribbean. And Gael the Caribbean, just get the ground report. 1 year, what something? Not Ian Allen, not Stephen Rees, not breaking down with Inshan. None. None of them will be able to compete with this television station, guy. And then we go post some more because we want to be on Digicel network too. All I want to see the power the Gong report. We go and push for the Digicel network too. Not only an ampli and this and that, and yeah, we go push for that. That's the Gong report, eh? Go in and do that, eh? I ain't saying my boy Fabian because you remember you don't know what deals or what contracts based on different networks and competitions and all these various things now. All you don't know it is. So for those of you that are locked on Gael the Caribbean and now joining us, so don't forget you can join us early on Corridor Transformation on YouTube, Workers' Right Platform on YouTube, Real Media TT on Facebook. You can also get us on YouTube on the Ground Report program. So even if you try any platform, one in working, you go to the next one, you'll get the next one. You also get us on Real Media TT on Facebook and on YouTube. So there are a lot of platforms that you all can get on to your favorite program. I'm sorry you all now join. But let me give you an idea of what's going on in the program this morning. For those of you in Jamaica, Guyana, Grenada, wherever you look on within our CARICOM countries or CARICOM brothers and sisters, and for those of you that are maybe now look on to us online, our foreign Trinis, Trinbagonians that have their roots here, although they live out there and staying out there, but want what's best for the country, Trinidad and Tobago, and they understand that we have a prime minister who's a piper. Watch my face say it all here. What you know what I'm doing here? I'm creating the bang when it comes to the Ground Report on TV.
Bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K.
There is one person understand me, is Lennox Smith.
Lennox Smith.
You understand how this grassroots this flow? You understand how the current this go? The vibes. Mikey too, you know. Yeah, Mikey too. You understand? So I just get all the idea of what it is we are talking about because we all involved with everybody else. We asked them a very important question of what was their breaking point with this taxing, lying, thieving government sprang in piping. Yeah, there's pipe. You know, it's sprang as people smoke cocaine and ganja and them kind of thing, but that politically, yeah. Now just to make sure because they go send that to say you're saying things on TV that you don't supposed to say, and then they're going to play the sending Gael all kind of pre-action protocol letter before we say, and all them kind of bacchanal thing. So that is why it's glad that some co-host here, Lennox Smith, to guide accordingly, to make sure that they can't come and want to pre this and pre that and pre the other. All what? All This is what it's about. So we asked him that very important question, and yes, some of you write up why I call him a piper. A piper, they people where they smoke with weed or in cigarette, they paying cocaine and thing now. And they just get sick in the communities of Trinidad and Tobago. And they just have a good job, They just have a very good job. But when they start to pipe or sprang, because this government is a piping government, a spranging government. So when they start to smoke the thing, the black, or whatever, some people might know that's that. They just meet too good in the head again. They had a wife and the children, and the wife will use to get money for make groceries, everything, boom. But they're buying so much of cocaine and cigarette and weed and the piping themselves now that they start to lose the family. Then they will lose the job. Then when they're losing the job now, the family still there, well, everybody in a disarray. Then they lose their family. And if it's them house, well, the family run because that person piping, that person smoking crack, that person spranging. Yeah. And they lose all of that. And hear what? They're in the house. That person so sick in their mind that they go organize now, they have a stove. They to cook the food, you're piping, eat now, you stupid fool. You piping and you don't want to eat? First is sick, and that is the prime minister we have here. He's sick so. Rowley, that black fool, is sick like that. He's smoking. Politically, for Rowley's politically. The story is real. So that person organized now and they sell the stove, they can't cook the food. They sell the fridge, they can't put ice in the fridge, they can't preserve meat, nothing. That person organized. When they don't do all of that, they selling the gas tank and all. Well, they don't need the gas tank again because they have no stove. That person has get so sick that they organize now when they start to sell the windows in the house. Small money. Yeah? That is a piper. That is called a spranger. And that is the government we have in Trinidad and Tobago today. A piping government. A spranging government. Yeah. That person now, what's how sick they is, and that's what we had to send them rehab. And rehab is on the 25th, 2025. The next general election. We need to send piping, spranging, politically Rowley and the whole cabinet to rehab. All they hear what I say? All they hear what I say? We got to send them. Because here how sick they is now. This is a perfect example I'm giving you all. When they come into the refinery that brings all the foreign exchange, the US dollars now. Hence the reason we have a shortage of Forex. They're so dumb and now they want to open it back. They wasn't thinking, they sprang in, all they forget our. They're not well in the head. They ain't well in the head. So what they do? They close down the Forex ownership, which is US dollars, which is the refinery, Petrotrin, the oil industry, the blood, the pores, the everything you can talk about. That the drips, the everything. A pack of fools. But we can't vex too much. Because they sprang in. The piping. They're not well in the head. That same piper. That Rowley. Because hey, remember he throw away the oil industry, the gas industry, the refinery. Here what the piper in Trinidad do. He now, remember he throw away his stove, he fridge, he this, he that, he all those various things that man do. That man now going and selling the galvanize on the house. So when rain fall, because remember he done sell the bed too, you know. The mattress gone, you know. That man organize and sell the roof. This galvanize that covered him from the rain. Just what he do. It's just what Rowley and the PNM do. The galvanized was sheltering him from the rain, and for he not Rowley them remove Petrotrin, the refinery. They get rid of the refinery. Understand? Anybody that thinking smart or thinking well will do something stupid like that and now realize, hey, we do the wrong thing. That is why we ask you, what was your breaking point when it coming to this political piping, spranging prime minister in the cabinet and a spranging organization called the PNM? What was your breaking point? We want to know. But before you do that, and we open the lines, let me say a pleasant good morning to Mikey K. Mikey K, a pleasant good morning to you.
It should be up now.
Nice.
Pleasant good morning to you, my brother Andy Pitbull Williams. Good morning to you, Lennox Smith, our technical director.
Thank you, my friend.
Everyone locked on. Great analogy, Andy. Everything was gone. The galvanized, everything. And then Lennox come into the press me this morning with his jingle bell and this Christmas settings. Lennox come on, man. It's like when you're coming down Frederick Street and you have no money in your pocket and every corner you turn here, I don't know how long. That song does haunt you, but like your pocket is just that, I don't know. And your wallet is just jump out and just run. So please, Lennox, see if you could change that setting, man. It had no Christmas. It had no Christmas. Everything was piped out. You know what Andy said? What? Partner said it was piped out, the galvanized, the mattress, the bed frame, down to the burglar proofing and all the cell, everything, and you don't know. And it have people still holding up this thing thinking that the foundation is strong, but the whole infrastructure gone, everything. They wipe out economic termites. You have ruthless elite who just coming in and Rowley allow them to rape the treasury. Economic rape in Trinidad and Tobago. My God. And Lennox come this morning with Snow White, Snow Bright. I have no money today or tonight. There he is. Boy, Andy, what we have on the outside? Who we have?
Psychologically, culturally speaking. That is it. It's an illusion.
It has been an illusion for the last almost 10 years.
Yeah, it's an illusion. That's right. Yes.
An illusion, a nightmare.
Yeah.
Who we have there, Andy?
Even that.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang.
Here the lines are open. Mikey writing, I want to tell him that, but I couldn't tell him that. He with his jingle bells kind of scenes. Everybody broken. Nobody got no money. Christmas is about buying your ham and making a bunch of cream. Your back here getting money. Yeah, but I don't know why.
Psychological tradition. Andy, but I took note of what was being said about Marcel and his of course possibility or quite apart from some other things that we have in the news that we need to of course address. But I want to say that first and foremost, of course, obviously people that are PNM oriented will certainly, of course, root for the fella, and of course, the PNM has dominated that constituency. We cannot help that, so therefore, that is obvious. But I want to also, of course, caution everybody that he is no Maurice Marshall, for example, and of course his foray and his activities would have been up to this point in time centered around Beetham. The constituency is much wider than that on the hill, for example, etc. So to make a general statement that of course he is loved and all of it, I think it's from a PNM perspective. But certainly, if that was not so, listen carefully. If that was not so, then that popularity that is being, of course, touted, he could have taken it easily to the UNC or any other party, or even ended up being an independent. But that is the reality. But there are people who, of course, will say that simply because it is a PNM construct. That is what that is. It has nothing to do with anything. Just as the illusion that I have in the in the studio here about Christmas. Well, it's the same thing there. So let us not get carried away by this, fresh.
We understand. Lennox Smith.
You see, I'm concerned because Rowley is going to use that on the campaign trail. You see, a young fellow from Peter, etc., and try to, of course, gain some kind of political traction.
I agree with you. That doesn't resonate with the majority. It doesn't resonate with the rest of us. In 5 years from now, Mr. Marcel is going to be no different than Hines, because he's going to realize, listen, what am I really doing? They didn't give you a budget, they didn't give you nothing. Your constituency is not a priority in cabinet. So, I mean, expect nothing new. It's all good and well. Hats off to the young man. Congratulations.
Whatever. Your resume.
And that's it. That's your resume. It's good for you. That's never going to be good for the people that have until an environment. That's good for you. And that's all it's about. And they could make how much noise they want. The real candidates ain't reach yet. They ain't reach yet. So say what they want. Go ahead, Andy.
Oh boy, let's all the lines are open. Lennox just now.
You just have to ask the Indian walk fella who just won there. There was a big hullabaloo around him. Today, of course, they're burning tires and so on, saying that PNM never delivered up there. But they won the by-election. But of course, at the end of it all, that's it. Just as how they promised, of course, the property tax for of course, local government institutions. But at the end of the day, they actually took away money from the institutions to give to where they prefer, and rather like CPEP and of course that reforestation program that they have. So we know what they are, and of course these fellas. I'm surprised that they make that kind of decision. If you're that popular, you should be able to.
Yeah. I think
right. But here we're going to do. Yes. Here we're going to do.
Yes, I want to know. Go ahead, my friend.
Yes. Where are we going to do? The lines open, Trinidad and Tobago. The number so called. We're going to play the voice. Let's take some calls first, because I owe to the voice notes people. They send the voice notes a long time. On what was their breaking point, right? And Trinidad, to you, those of you that look on to us and Guyana, the Caribbean, wherever part of the Caribbean that you are look on to us. The question was again, what was their breaking point in Trinidad and Tobago when it coming to this PNM administration? And whether you have a breaking point out there, you can always tell us what was your breaking point, or if you support your government, and what is the good, what is the bad, or the indifferences, right? But one more thing before I take that call, Mikey. One more thing before I take that call. Ryan Nekchedi is saying that ha. Because remember Lennox Smith, after you come there with your talk day about jingle bells, the Nekchedi say he know that he come in with a defense in a smart way. So he say he come in there first talk about the PNM and there's no difference and thing, and then before he end, he was writing to me saying what she will come in now to say, well, Mikey K come with some distraction about jingle bell and thing. So my Ryan Nekchedi is saying ha. Lennox Smith want someone play with his jingle bells, laugh out loud. Yes.
Hey, listen.
I don't think those bells are so jingle.
No, but Andy, I'm certain that point that you just raised there, for those on the outside, our Gael family in the region, you must have heard so much going on in Trinidad and Tobago. What really stood out for you as to, is total madness and chaos as far as governance going on in Trinidad and Tobago? You can call in and let us know as well.
That is a very good one. But I like Mikey K too, Oh boy, Lennox Smith, you come go there with all them thing and making sure we bring in the regional, eh? But Mikey, they come with that there, that's a very good question. So for those of you that like Trinidad and Tobago, just have an interest.
I didn't hear Mikey clearly.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Mikey.
For those in the region, those locked on, of course, outside in Guyana, Grenada, and whatever, you may have heard so much being reported in the news of what's taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. What was that breaking point? What was that point to you to say, like, my goodness, what's going on in that country? That country going to hell in a gasoline soap paper bag. So they can weigh in on this as well. And even the diaspora on the outside, those who in Florida, wherever you are, Tennessee, Atlanta, New York, those out there who are locked on and said, my blessed country, that's when I realized that things was going, to hell in my beloved Twin Island Republic. And of course, our locals as well. The lines are open. You can give them the numbers, Andy. Call in, folks. Again, what was your breaking point? What has motivated you to say now, let's get out there and send this strong message that elections must take place because we want to live better? Who's out there?
Morning caller, where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Morning, Andy. Morning, Mikey K. And morning, Mr. Lennox, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning.
Now, people, they wanted the match. We're talking about it. The match is here. What are we going to do about that now? We don't need no 50,000. We need much more than that. So people, it is here. We all have to come out in our numbers, come out and support the match. We want to know that the country is full. Make the match start today. It's a fun day we want. We don't want no casting.
And Ms. Lauketa, you are so correct when it comes to the match. And the people will come out and give that support when that day reaches, because we say we touching base with everybody. But what was your breaking point, Ms. Lauketa, when it coming to you say, nah boy, I can't take no more of this PNM piping, spranging Prime Minister and the cabinet and the institution called the PNM? What was your breaking point?
Well, watchman, when I see this man on TV, when I watch the news, I watch that state boy that has turned me off completely. It just turned me off just the way how he talks. I just don't watching him. He's a frightening bird. So all both have to get out. He has to go. That's why we have this match here. And people have to come out in their numbers to support it. I know that people will be there. All your company, because I was asking for that too. And now it's here in front of my eyes. And right now I'm
Thank you. You're doing so hot, right? Don't worry, man. We want to make sure we get you real clear and nice. Oh boy. But we understand what she's saying.
Andy, I don't know. I would love to hear her. If you could regurgitate what she said.
All right. Ms. Lauketa, you gotta get rid of the PNM jumbie in the phone. The walk over on your phone, and you need to get it out so you'll get it clear. We're not getting it clear, and you need to make a contribution on the number one program, the ground report. And in order for you to do that clear, the PNM walk back the jumbie, and we're not hearing it clear no more. So you shake your body and get the jumbie out of your phone, right? Because Lennox ain't get LP and nobody get LP here, right? Let's go to the next call.
Yeah.
Morning, caller.
Andy, morning.
Morning to you, caller. Where you calling from, and what's your contribution to the ground report this morning?
Andy, it's California here. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you loud and clear. What was your breaking point,
my friend?
Andy, I just want to share a little light with the ground report and all who listen this morning, right? You're talking about breaking point, right? I was never attached to the PNM, so I don't want to break a point with them. I don't. It's have a lot of things they do, and I have a lot of things I don't like. Some of the things that they do, so I don't want to break a point with them. But the question is, breaking point coming in terms of like if you have a relationship, if you are attached to something, and people who are attached to something, sometimes it be hard for them to break up, to have a breaking point. So let me say a person who in a relationship like a marriage, right, and the relationship turns sour and abusive that way, right? The husband become abusive to the wife, or the wife come abusive to the husband. There have to come a point in time where you have to break up from that relationship because it's not getting better, it's not going anywhere better. You understand? And you have to get a set of licks or nothing, or she or he, or the same thing in the PNM. If you don't want to break off from the PNM now or before or in the time to come, you have to accept all what they're giving you. You have to accept the punishment. You have to accept the evil, because you don't see what they're doing to you as any form of a punishment or a disadvantage to you or whatever. So you will stick to that relationship. You will stick to the attachment, you won't want to break up. But there are things in life, and there are points in time when you have to break up on certain things, right? So you see, attachment to something is a serious thing. Anytime you get attachment to something, you're committed to it. You have to put all it, and regardless of what is paying back to you, you have to accept it. The another thing I want to talk about is becoming. You see, changes is a thing that always coming. You can't stop changes. Changes is what we call becoming. It come, it remain, and it go. You save up money, you buy a new car, the car come, you have it new. Today, tomorrow, it start to go lose the value. Next week, it become a less value, and so on. So it start to go. So everything becoming is a constant thing. Everything is constantly becoming, and everything remain for a moment, a while, and then it go. That's the same thing. You have to accept change. Change is something you must accept. You see what is going on with one political party, right? But because your attachment to your affiliation to that party, you don't want to make the breaking point to accept our next party to make changes. I was hearing a lady talking on your program this morning, right? And the lady was saying, look at the UNC, right? Them area, them will never change from UNC and vote the PNM or give the PNM a chance. The same way the lady see the UNC like that, right? The same way she see the PNM. Why should we, the PNM, change and vote the UNC? You understand? Now, the lady have a point, but the thing about the change must take place. A breaking off point must take place. Are you want to continue in the relationship with the PNM and seeing what they're doing to you because you benefiting from it, or some people benefiting and other majority of people not benefiting? You have to make conscious decision like that. When it comes to the country, it's the country first. You can't put yourself first. You can't put party first. You have to put country. Country belongs to future, the children. You understand? Things like that now, Andy boy. I don't want to go too long. Let me hang up there now.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Who's on the outside? Nice.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. What's your contribution on the ground report this morning, and where you calling from? Go ahead. Wow. Yes.
Go ahead, caller. Go ahead. There's a bunch of shy people calling me now.
They did.
We down to the wire, you know.
Good morning, my brothers. Good morning, Mr. Mikey K, Mr. Andy Williams, Mr. Lennox Smith, and to everyone who listens. It was my breaking point to see that this man, this nasty PNM leader Rowley, to be coming on the national TV holding press conference and lying to the public, boy. Lying bold-facedly, lying to the public, boy. And these reporters are them who just be there. You understand? Powder puffing, they don't come and ask the pertinent question, they don't ask nothing. You understand? They don't drill the man, they don't come and talk to the man, drill the man. All them like they get sell out, they pay out. You understand? All the media houses sell out to the PNM because of what I say it is 1%.
Go ahead, caller. We go deal with that in a little bit. Go ahead. Morning to you. Yes.
Yeah, Mikey came morning again and to the Ground Report crew. Now, the breaking point in this country right now, let me tell you something. You see, political karma is different. Dr. Rowley knew the PNM will lose office. That is why they plant a president in office right now. The highest office in the land being planted by the PNM, and she's a PNM. Good morning to the PNM president of Trinidad and Tobago. We, all of the cars in the community, every corner, every bar, everybody just talk about this man that he had to go. It's only he. And to the current business there is no problem to me because everything is going on. Lavanti will always be a part of the PNM. Every political party does have a base. And if Lavanti and Mover choose to be a base of a political party, you cannot fault them for that. And I can't vex with them at all. But at the same time, changing of administration in this country is badly needed. Dr. Rowley is one of the most hated prime minister in the Caribbean today. It's everybody talking about it. Remember, we have a lot of Guyanese living here still. We have Vincentian people, we have Nigerian people. Them and all who travel and talking about it. The only people here ain't talking about it is the Venezuelan people. You're not here speaking about Dr. Rowley. But the whole country want to get rid of Dr. Rowley. So what we have to do as a people is to keep that vibration pumping. Every time the country call on a mobilization, each one tell the next one and come out and spend, even though if it's a half an hour to an hour in any kind of mobilization in the country. This man is a crazy man. You're telling me you're going to open back petrol train. What you close it for? We need questions like that to be answered. Why did you close Petrotrim? Because we were seeing on clips. Now remember, the PNM feel this is dinosaur politics where they don't have technology. Technology covered everything once you're in public office. And we're not going to forget. That is what we have. Shows like the Ground Report, we have Stefan Reed, we have Heavy and TC and them, we have Brother Wall Street, we have other people looking into it. Most of the media houses, if you feel the man with the AR-15 is terrible to this country, those leading media houses are worse than a man with an AR-15 because they don't give us the truth. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago again.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution in the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. Calling from the Barangay. Gentlemen, my breaking point, and it should be the breaking point for every Trinidadian living in this country, every citizen of this country, Trinidad and Tobago, when a government could put a murder tool on a country and say, here what, this murder toll 500 is where we're looking for. We're trying to keep it at 500. Something that to be really sick in a country for a government, a Minister of National Security, a police commissioner to sit in their offices and say, okay, the same time last year we didn't have 480 murders. We had 460. So we see a decline. We're happy with that. And when you see we start thinking like that in a country, and that do break citizens of this country, something had to be wrong with me. Because, let me say, December 31st come, January 1st now reach. And we say, okay, we have 580 murders. And the country happy with that. And then they come and they say, now, the beginning of the new year, we're going to try to keep it under 500 or under. You could imagine what we're saying. We're saying now here what? Look at Andy. Look at Lennox. Look at Barakpur. Look at Mikey. 1 hour we could be starting our 500 count. And when you watch now and you hear, okay, at the end of the year now, we end up with 480 people dead. We talking about, yeah boy, the government do good, the country do good, we across the 500. But who are these 480 people that died? Why they died? Why couldn't they be alive today? And we will sit by and we would have the discussion about how good and how successful the Minister of National Security was, how good the Minister, the Commissioner of Police was, how great the head of the National Security Council is, that is Rowley, is that they keep the murder toll under 480. But there wasn't anybody homes, any family home that lost a child, the son, the daughter, the grandmother, the grandfather, that get murdered or anything like that. They grieve or weeping now, and the sycophants now would celebrate that and say, hey, watch boy, we are making 500. We're real good in the country. That is a sick country. We're in a real bad place. We murder toll supposed to be 0. For a country like Trinidad and Tobago with the wealth and all this kind of thing, you're supposed to be able to walk through Port of Spain with all your jewelry thing. Walk with a bag of money and spread it on the whole road. And people would just say, mister, pick up your money, look at fall here. Hey, that nice piece of jewelry you had a dog. Nice. And get a bounce and go your way. Not where we are today in this country. And if these are the things that cannot have broken citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. You see the weed we smoking in this country? It's the best weed in the world for we to be sitting back and accepting this kind of dotishness as people, as human beings. That is my breaking point. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Andy, I don't know if we're getting some of the folks. So you want to give them all the numbers so they'll have options, not just WhatsApp calls, but we understand in this economy, people would have to make, best possible, and that's the WhatsApp calls. But if we can get them on the other numbers as well, we want to hear them clearly, because I know the breaking point, is something that people, and even yesterday people were talking about, the rich being richer. That statement hit a lot of them. People called me after the program. They said, boy, that statement was really something. And last night, of course, on The Observer, UNC Senator Wade Mark, he hit on the one that I've been talking about, which is when Imbert went to Parliament and put in place this legislation that benefit him and those who were building apartments, houses, condominiums, that kind of thing. To me, that's what I tell you. I mean, total disrespect. Total disrespect. There had to have been a point where you sit to yourself, nah, I can't believe this. I mean, there are things that you would expect. You would hear talk. You would ask yourself, all right, but in your mind you say, I can't believe they do that. I can't believe they do that. And what compounded with the fact that so many of us seem to forget that it only lasts, it's less than 9 days. We used to say 9 days. No, it seems to be simply just 9 minutes or 90 minutes and we move on. Dead babies and we moved on. Allegations of missing money and we moved on. Home invasion and we move on. Extortion and we move on. All of these things. Potholes and we move on. The Daryl Smith report, all these reports, the divers, you name it, and we just simply cannot move on. Is it that you just feel numb? You feel helpless? Then what is it going to take for you to get that sense of power to come out and say, all right, this is the date and this is what we have to do? You must have had a breaking point, regardless of how you feel, whether you like Kamala, you don't like Kamala, you don't like the ground report, like that. You must have reached a point where you personally said to yourself, nah, I can't believe this. I just can't believe this.
Morning.
Morning, caller. Where you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Calling from St. James, my brother.
Go ahead, St. James.
Morning to you and Mikey and Lennox. My breaking point. Wean yourself off the government. Anybody remember that?
Oh, yes.
Wean yourself off the government. That is what the Prime Minister of the nation told the people after he was elected. Wean yourself off the government. So that was my breaking point.
Thank you, St. James. Go ahead, next caller. You was on hold. We wanted to answer you one time, so you wouldn't think that you're not going to get you. So you go ahead. What was your breaking point, caller, and where you calling from?
Calling from South Santa Flora.
Santa Flora, go ahead, Mr. Santa Flora.
Who to tell the Prime Minister he's a raging bull. You're not fit for Parliament. Who tell him that?
Former Prime Minister Patrick Manning said that.
Yeah, see, you're a raging bull. You're not fit for Parliament. That is my point. Yeah.
Wow, so that was Santa Flora breaking point, Mikey. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Everybody have different breaking point. Go ahead, caller, where you calling from? And what was your breaking point?
Okay, my breaking point, and before I go that, I want to apologize. This is Diggle Martin. And I said something on a reflection. You were right, Andy. And what that? I called the supporters of the PNM foolish, and that was not my intention. My intention was basically to try to politically educate them. And I did not want to bring your program into disrepute, because I know they're attacking your program, they're attacking you as a host, they're attacking Mikey, and they're attacking Mikey and Lennox. So I sincerely apologize for calling my brethren, the PNM supporters, foolish. That was my statement. That was Benny Hinn's statement, and by extension, it was a statement from KCR. My issue this morning is to educate my PNM supporters on the, oh gosh, I'm going to use that F word again, but let me hold back, to politically educate them and tell them, look at what mashing up a procurement legislation brought about by a PNM government. The Off Commission forced the government, the state, to bring legislation to prevent what continues to happen under a PNM government. People have to understand what that commission said, what Rowley said during that, and Manning was forced to bring it. What came out of that? They didn't want to lay it in Parliament. They eventually late. The UNC came as a government and said they had so much recommendation, we have to get the procurement legislation. 10 years after, in both by extension KCR et al. PNM say we don't want it. And you see why they don't want it? Look what we have what we have seen. The Auditor General say somebody has some money in the back pocket. We want to know who that. Like 3 billion. Look what happened. The honorable opposition leaders show them who thief. If he is a liar, who is the thief? About the construction of the not the Piaco airport, the Scarborough airport. Didn't we learn as a nation, as a political party, what we must not do? That is exactly what they wanted to do. Truncate the procurement legislation so they could continue showing people who is a liar and who is a thief and who benefiting from it. And she said one thing that people understand. Saddam said, we're looking up man, but that lady said, is men and women. Who are the women that are part of this scheme to take taxpayers' money and to make me every time I get up in the morning to see what bills I had to pay? Because there's more tax and the tax on me until I might be lying and thieving just like them. Because they are tax and lying government are going, I don't want to compromise and be complicit. But my PNM followers, sorry about that, but I want to only vote UNC. I'm going.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning? Where you calling from?
Morning, Andy. Morning, everyone. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago. So, Andy, if you remember this, let me just say this before I say what was the recruiting point with me. When you go to the hospitals, there's no medication, there's nothing. You sit there for hours waiting, right? So that is to show you, when Rowley stand on the podium and he said, who live, live, who dead, dead. That was enough. Happy to be all.
Wow. Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice, let's continue the voice notes by the meanwhile. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Good morning, my brothers. Good morning, Mr. Mikey, Mr. Andy Williams, Mr. Lennox Smith, and to everyone who listens. It was my breaking point to see that this man, this nasty PNM leader Rowley, to be coming on the national TV holding press conference and lying to the public, boy. Lying bold-facedly, lying to the public, boy. And these reporters are them who just be there. Yes, and powder puffing, they don't come and ask the pertinent question, they don't ask nothing. They don't drill the man, they don't come and talk to the man, drill the man. All them like they get sell out, they pay out. Yes, and all the media houses sell out to the PNM because the way I say it is 1%ers. Yeah, the truth, the man is lie. And the next thing, the PNM supporters, boy, them worse than he to be leaving everything this man's saying and supporting this government still. They are the ones to be blamed totally for what's going on in this country because they keep voting for this man and this nasty PNM government. Stinking, dirty PNM government.
Pleasant good morning, Andy, Mikey, and Sir Lennox. Well, my breaking point is, I believe my breaking point is everything this PNM and Rowley doing. Because a good scenario or a good analogy of this thing is like you're seeing sand on the beach, and when time the PNM walk on it, it's footprint and mashing it up going down the road. And when they try to go back to fix it, it's more mess they're making. Any direction they're going, it's footprints they're leaving on the sand. You understand? So no matter what, you could look in any direction. Is a breaking point. So my breaking point with them is everything you could think of, you know. So blessings again to everyone. Wow. I ready. Yellow Z code. I ready. There we go with that.
Hello, Andy, Mikey, and Lennox Smith. This is Juice. Anderson Wilson and his nephew, they could haul, right? PNM nothing, yellow is the code, and it's that. I don't know. You talk all kind of talk, Anderson, and about all your breaking point from when you was in primary school, but because it's your family. You understand? Since yesterday, Heavy and TC trying to talk to you, and like you ain't listening. You understand? PNM nothing, boy. They frustrate people out here, boy. People on their wits end, and you still talking about PNM? And you, boy, I know it's your family, yes, but PNM need to go. He should have gone further, go up in the next party or something. People might have considered him. You understand? You at least, boy, even if PNM people vote for Kareem or whatever his name is, they're wicked. They don't mind. You living, all of us living here for the last 9 years, going on 10, and all you still talking about PNM? Boy, all you look, PNM nothing. Yellow is the code, and it's that.
Bang, bang,
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
These emotions, running wild.
Yeah.
Have been gendered by, of course, reckless, heartless PNM, led by, of course, a man of a similar nature.
And Andy is my brother there.
Yeah. What a man, like he's serious, boy.
Yeah, very much. Andy, something fell into my mailbox here. People send all the information to the ground report. I don't know if you have anything lined up there so I can start opening this and sharing with the good people out there.
All right. Well, we will play them voice notes after, man. We go think there. So go ahead. Yeah. Let's see where you get in the mailbox there.
Well, I believe there's some leaks coming out from the Auditor General's report. That audit. There's some leaks that are coming out right here in Port of Spain. And one of the things that we have to question and we have to ask is what is going on with our U.S. mission out there. What's happening, and perhaps other missions across the world, because as you know, there are certain people who with certain status are entitled to perks of the job, and that's not for any and everybody. Junior members of staff are not entitled to certain things, and I hope that Rita Toussaint, who is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, either she's locked on or somebody close to her is locked on, because the ground report will try to reach her before the end of the week. Miss Rita Toussaint, who is the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Here we have, gentlemen, a situation where it comes to parking. Now, in the United States, of course, where the missions are set up, it's a metropolitan, and parking sometimes can be challenging. So you have to pay for parking in the garage. Now, that would be about $600 US per month. Now, let's look at this one, 7 to 1. We're talking about over 150-something thousand TT dollars. Again, that's our money. That's why we could bring it up. Who vexed lost? We don't really care. It's our money again that's jumping up, and somebody has to be held accountable for it. Who does this junior officer out there in that U.S. mission, who does she think she is? And we have to call on the line minister to clear the air on this as well as Rita Toussaint. They have to clear the air. Is it that we have to read between the lines because we are unable to read between the sheets? Who does she think she is? And the fact of the matter is this. According to what's coming out here in Port of Spain, there was an individual stationed in the UK, in London, who was set to go to the US and serve And the phone call came in from the top and said, listen, your bags may be packed, but you're not going there. You will not be assigned to the U.S. mission. Come here, come Port of Spain. Who had that kind of rank? What junior officer out there had that kind of rank that playing up with our money and getting away with anything? Who gave this individual that power? Again, do we have to read between the lines? Because we can't read between the sheets. Something is not adding up. That she can just dial a number here in Port of Spain and whatever needs to take place in any part, that she could call that shot. Come on. Come on, Permanent Secretary. This thing stinks, and the ground report is on it. There is a nasty stench emanating from this. A lot of leaks are coming out. You heard the Auditor General question the PTSC. And there are some other leaks. And it's pointing out there to the U.S. mission. What is going on? This person was in London, people understand, packed and ready to serve. In whatever capacity at the U.S. mission. Call came in. Hey, you can't go. Come home. You taking parking space. That parking space is not to be paid by taxpayers. You take it out your pocket. We don't have no forex here. The small business can operate. The medium-sized business can operate. The conglomerates soaking up all the foreign exchange. And here it is that you costing us money because this had to be paid in U.S. And when you look at the conversion, it's a lot of money. And we just talking 36 months. We don't know how long this thing going on for. Remember that there now for quite some time. And our money is jumping up. What is going on in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs? Permanent Secretary Rita Toussaint, you have to answer for this. This is, and listen, and now that it's coming out, they're doing whatever it takes to cover it up. Whatever it takes to, and that is why we have to ask. Auditor Generals in the past, would they, and we have to ask, would they turn in a blind eye? But not this one. Not this one. Andy, this thing stinks. Andy, it smells. The opposition had to pick up this. What is going on out there? Somebody just calling the shot. Where does girl come from? All in Port of Spain, they're asking in the ministry, but where does girl come from?
Well, as you say.
And if we can't read between the lines, we have to read between the sheets.
Well, I understand that. Because the stench coming from under the sheets. Oh my God!
I'm getting the impression that it is a replica of the zipline initiative, where of course money has been expended, but you can't find, of course, the product or the items, because if you are paying for a car park with no car, or you find yourself in a situation where these monies have been expended, but not accounted for, because there must be some what I consider to be paper trail, and there is none. Would that have found itself, Mikey, in the Auditor General's report or item for consideration?
Of course. And of course, I think by now we've come to understand that she is questioning things. She's asking questions.
Good.
Because listen, what vehicle is this? Who is the owner of this vehicle? And when you look at it, but this person does not have the status to be getting this kind of perks or privilege. This is a junior. There's a little girl. How's she getting that? She's parking at our expense, you know. This thing is in the garage at our expense, you know. This is our money, whether it's $600 a month. It could be $600, $60 a day. It don't matter. That is our money. And this is just one aspect of it. No telling what else is going on. Because when somebody senior to you is packing up and leaving London to come and for what they come in to match your corner. Is it that they come in to match your corner? You have a good thing going on and you want nobody to come and disrupt it? Rita Toussaint has to clear the air. Tell us something. If the ground report is wrong, tell us we're wrong. If we are right, Miss Toussaint, you as permanent secretary, you need to clear the air. It reeks.
It's bad. Let's take a call, but meanwhile, let's take a call. Only the numbers to call.
Because I'd like to make a point on what is happening here. But go ahead, caller.
No, when you go ahead, make the quick point there, short and sweet, partner. Or what's happening?
I was trying to make the nexus because it reeks with what's happening with respect, of course, to the SRC and that recommendation for Rowley and they to, of course, increase their salary. And of course, we know that the entire edifice of the PNM government is reeked with corruption. And if you're getting all that money, notwithstanding, of course, what is happening at Balize House, we just have to watch that and know that over the last 9 years, they could make over $100 million just so with a bankrupt party that Rowley said he met with a deficit or owing of over $5 million. And here it is, now that you are prepared, of course, to take and enrich yourself illegally, and because the SRC is a legal entity, you're taking that too. That tells me, the level of avarice and the level of insincerity and greed. I mean, it's unprecedented.
Yeah.
Unprecedented. Leave back one for the poor man. Leave back something. Taking all.
Yes.
Who we have there?
Leave something with the poor man. Go ahead, caller. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution to the Ground Report this morning?
Oh, this morning, calling from Jamaica.
Go ahead, Jamaica. At least I know we know that you're on and you're taking it in. Go ahead, what's your contribution this morning?
Yeah, today our present focus is on the Sexual Offense Act and we wanted to look at HIV or STD in general. So we wanted to look at HIV, sexual transmitted disease. So we wanted to look at Section 5 of the Sexual Offense Act. Section 5 says, if a man knowing to himself that he has STD as in HIV and pass it on to his wife, if found guilty pursuant to Section 6, that's a minimum sentence of 15 years. How you look at that section? Because there is some recent development down here consists of sexual transmitted disease. The judgment should have passed on Friday.
Well, I'm not familiar, and I'm sure my colleagues might want to weigh in on this as well, but I'm not familiar with if there's an equivalent piece of legislation in Trinidad. I will not be surprised, but that has not come to the fore in the context of Trinidad. But certainly, if it is an issue in Jamaica, then of course we would be very interested to see how we can glean or learn from it, because that is crucial. We just had a PAHO report that talks about the reduction in actual cases of HIV, in the Caribbean, and that's in a Caribbean context, and therefore it shows a certain particular trend, but certainly the stigmatization and other factors. I don't know. That is a situation in Jamaica where the stigmatization is a critical thing. And if there is legislation, of course, prohibiting people from being discriminated against in that context. We have our own anti-discriminatory laws here, but that is a different piece of law, not connected, of course, to the specific HIV issue. Colin?
Yeah, go ahead, Andy.
A Jamaican friend. So yeah, we always get a sort of cut off from him. It could be the internet. All right, so he'll have to call back, or
we have there, Andy? Who we have on the outside?
Yeah, but caller, if you are hearing from Jamaica, Coolness is now in Grenada. I think supporting one of the political parties there. I don't know if you're aware of that. The elections is coming up, and the parties are positioning themselves and aligning themselves with apparently in this case, of course, with the Jamaican ruling party. So, if you can give us a little idea as to what is happening there. But he was in Grenada as a guest to one of the political parties in Canada, and therefore supporting
Nice.
one way or another.
Oh boy, well yes. So the lines are open here, Trinidad and Tobago. The lines are open. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, sir. I'm calling from Shaguanas.
Oh boy, Shaguanas, we lost you. You will have to call us back. You will have to call us back. Let me give you all the numbers to call Shaguanas, whether in Jamaica, Guyana, Grenada. We did lose our Jamaican counterpart there too. So let's go to the calls there now. Morning caller, where you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Oh, God, Ali, the scrap iron man are feeling so sad for him. Like they want to take away all the scrap iron he might have and give it to the outsiders of them. Oh, God, that face of that man is spoiling a mess. But how the government wicked so to our sisters, not the people of this country, so why everything they're taking away from us, not to mission, I'm going to be rich and the outsiders should get it. How they so wicked, boy. And they can't understand, my boy. But the payment have to go, boy. They have to go now. So you come out on Saturday, come out in the match, bring out thousands of people. Let's line the road with thousands of people. Come out and show me the box for the PLN government.
Thank you very much, Miss Lahoketa. Morning caller, where you calling from and what's your contribution on the ground?
Good morning, sir. I'm calling from Shaguanas. Wasn't it a former Prime Minister of the PNM who said if you put a crapper in a Balize tie, Laventil is going to vote for them? Case in point for Gerald Hines. So the PNM isn't doing this young man any favors. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Yeah, call me back.
Oh, Jamaica, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see what's going on there. Let's try to make it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, in relation to the matter I was speaking about, the man has passed on HIV to the lady. And the lady eventually happened to go to the school, take away baby and cut it short. That's basically the matter. That's basically the matter right now upon the ground.
Well, we would have had one or two cases like that that ended up in court where, of course, I think natural justice would have there. Where if the transmission was deliberate, it means that, close to at minimum manslaughter. And I don't know what the extenuating circumstances in Jamaica, because, of course, a life was taken. Even though that circumstance, whether or not it could mitigate or exonerate the person who would have contracted, of course, that disease in such a circumstance. So I think we have to wait for the court matter to be decided. Of course, that will be part of the jurisprudence across the Commonwealth and in the Caribbean in particular. But I was making a point that I'm not certain as to what if there is, of course, parliamentary legislative consideration, therefore law in this country with respect to that. But I know that there have been cases where, of course, the judicial system will take its course based on the evidence before it. But
that's something that we really need to check at. And also as well, Lennox, if we could, under the Freedom of Information Act, get some more information as to what is going on in this U.S. mission. Like I said, things are coming out from the Auditor General's report. We are getting a lot of it in our mailbox. And the Permanent Secretary, Ms. Rita Toussaint, really and truly needs to clear the air on this. This is our money. This is our money. And what we are hearing, that now that it's coming out, people are trying their best to cover it up. They're trying their best to cover it up. Of course, you've seen the actions, what went on, what played out to the Privy Council and this entire thing with the Auditor General. For some reason, there's a lot of information where money cannot be accounted for and was definitely mismanaged. I mean, something has to give. I mean, who has given this individual so much power that they could be calling these kind of shots and getting away with it? What's going on here?
Yeah, and of course, especially with the troubling revelation about what is happening that has been happening at PTSC. I think over 800 million thereabout has not been accounted for properly.
Accounted for, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it is worth, of course, doing a freedom of information request. But of course, you have to cover two ministries here. You have to
Lennox, where we living? Because our Jamaican counterpart is on. So where we living him at?
Okay.
What you living at?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Jamaica. I was making it that
short and sweet because we want to.
Minister Holiness is in Grenada. Are you familiar with what he's doing there?
Oh, whenever they check yesterday, I was looking.
Wow. You lost it again. This lost you. So let's continue. The lines are open. Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, we lost you, but we'll continue with the calls and the voice notes by the time. All right, let's go. Let me take a voice note by the time.
Andy, Mikey, Lennox, Trinidad and Tobago Central here. Good morning. Andy, we starting off with PNM. Nothing. Yellow is the code. And we rocking with them full 100. Trinbagonians, keep focus. Don't go left, neither right. Keep going forward. Because it's forwardness we want. We don't want to go 10 million years backwards. As what is government doing to people in this country. Taking them back in the days to go and full water in a well. Cooking on a coal pot. Riding a bicycle. Man, let PNM run away. With the deceitful, cantankerous, dirty-minded, can't run a country, bad mind, non-performing, dirty PNM, dead PNM, had to run away. They're done dead, waiting to be buried, rotten and forgotten. PNM no more will be exist in this place. All you had, all your fair share, and all your time expired. Remember everything I've
Remember, oh boy, let me just finish that voice note before we go to the calls, because the calls will take priority here, y'all. So let me finish that voice note.
Expiry date. Not even them groceries and them on the shelf will have a certain time. It have a time frame for that. Just like we life have a time frame. And the PNM one is up and overbearing now. Trinbagonians, I like to hear all they fixing it. I like to hear how they're dealing with it. I like how they're coming out in all their numbers. Enough is enough with this dirty PNM. If you know how I waiting patiently, if you know how we waiting patiently to see these dirty representative and them coming from the PNM and them PNM Mighties and them coming. Man, watch now, from a Rottweiler, from a pit bull, from a potong, from human beings. We ready and out and bad. We out to run them like they will get run like a dog, like a manch. Let it come wrong. I said the whole of Trinidad and Tobago have to do the same thing. PNM done dead. They could change, they could shuffle, they could muffle, they could do what they want. Nothing for them. The thief enough and they're still thiefing. I said PNM, nothing. Yellow is the code and it's that. Yes, and I also forget to mention Trinbagonians, today or tomorrow, when you see United National Congress come back in government, this whole place gone mad then. The enjoyment and the happiness and the glorifying and blessing people going to start to receive. It's like, Lord have mercy. God crack the sky and come down on the face of the earth. You understand what I'm saying, Trinbagonians? So just remember, don't go left, neither right. Just keep going forward. And all you go see results soon as the date and time call in this country for a general election. And Andy, this is for the person who spoke yesterday about she praying for this government to stay right there where it is. Woman, look in the mirror. And if you wicked to yourself, stop playing wicked to other good people on this face of the earth, eh? You hear? We sort of pray in a corner. We just pray in the open. Let God understand and see the kind of tension we under in this place. So you stay in a corner with your wicked government and you continue going along with them. We don't want a part of that. The majority in Trinidad and Tobago, if you do an interview,
Yes, if you do an interview, go ahead.
Interview with majority of them, they will tell you like it is. Here what I go tell you, ma'am, run away because you fail just like the PNM. So go so with them. Remember, PNM done dead. Yellow is the code. PNM nothing, and is that.
Good morning, my brothers again. Here, I trying to explain to my daughter pertaining to the monies the country borrow. In both of them is borrow US. They can't borrow TT, so they borrow in US. So when they borrow the US outside there, right? From wherever they're borrowing the money from, for whatever company, whoever they're borrowing the money from, right? When the US bank here, where they borrow, who get the US? Because I mean, you're not paying the contractors or paying the people in the US, you're paying them in TT. So how that money is come about, right? To be spent, the US conversion. Mr. Lennox, explain that to my daughter now. She listens to all the program right now. She like this program too bad. Explain to she now because I trying to do it and she understand it. Explain to me now, please.
Could one of you explain that because it have Lennox?
Yeah, well, yes. If the central bank will accumulate the US dollars from taxes to those companies that export, particularly the oil gas, some 80% of our foreign exchange comes through that mechanism. Goes to the central bank. The central bank then, of course, lend it out in US, the actual US, to the various banks in the country. These banks then, of course, lend or exchange that people who hold US money, they exchange it to TT money. So they will have a stock of US money, a stock of TT money, and then, of course, the process continues in that way. So those persons who are engaged in, let's say, business that requires foreign exchange to purchase raw material or equipment, etc., or machines, they then go to the bank with TT money. The TT money is exchanged for US dollars, and then they pay their foreign counterpart in whatever country in US in order to get the items here. And that circulation process, but it begins with, of course, the central bank and the US dollars that they get from taxes. So if there is a problem, as we have seen in the oil, gas, and petrochemical industry, where, of course, in the petrochemical industry, some 12 companies has left the point results. That's where we get most of the companies that earn foreign exchange. Of course, in terms of the oil refinery, we have nothing to come from there. And of course, the heritage company that, of course, extract oil and sell it to countries to get the US dollars. So we get some monies from there. Quite a part, of course, from those plants that, of course, produce LNG gas to sell abroad again to earn foreign exchange. Again, central bank gets it. The US, it goes to the ordinary commercial banks, and they, of course, lend to or exchange for TT or US for, of course, the different activities that will take place in the country. So that is the cycle, that is the circulation of those US dollars.
Nice. Oh boy. So let's continue. A pleasant good morning, caller. Where you calling from, and what's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Everybody going to know I calling from the D-Town. And I will say again, not a protest I never met. Somebody now started call radio like the caller before. Again, now get a call from Grenada. And they want to congratulate the same Kareem Marcel, who had called just now. Now, I've been started the earlier text, who you had called just now. And hold this and hold that. But here, why telling you will never reach in that position. Just as Bartaria stuck with a vehicle I had. Bartaria was dead and never reach in that position. You will go to your grave and then accomplish nothing that Kareem Marcel had accomplished. He will be the next MP for Laventille. What part of that all you don't understand? And I am proud of him as an uncle. That is my nephew. I know the first time when Kareem Marcel went to work, the first job he had at Utica, that's nothing mean over Kareem. And I'm proud to see where my nephew reach. And someone who jealous that, if to follow anyone on the radio host, it could be their station, a following station. I am proud of him because he get a sales seat. Like
yes, Anderson, let's make it categorically clear. Right. Congratulations to the young man, and that's all good and well. All right, it's simple as that. Congratulations, Tim. We said it loud and clear. Now, let's deal with the business. What was your
let's get into the business.
Congratulate
Kareem Marcel. He's a young, bright fella. At the end of the day, he's one of our stars.
Yes, that's all good and well. But what was your breaking point, Anderson, for the last almost 10 years?
When you come on to show your face on dial, I said it earlier on. I called earlier on. But my point is now, will that caller be out there on Saturday, like why some other cowards? When I reach our protest, sometimes it's me and Andy alone there early. And sometimes Lennox, but Mikey K, I don't know, that probably understand what the children first. I want to know if you, stupid man, that's what they're calling you on the beaten right now. They now call, Margaret McQueen now called from Grenada. She said, listen, what's going on? They're talking like a Grenadian now fall here. I said, well, I there watching. She said, what's going on with that homo that now called, they want to attack Kareem. I said, well, Margaret, you have time with them, you know. You understand? Probably jealous him. So people are not in Grenada calling you a homo. I won't call you a homo partner, but before I leave, I don't want you alone to all, you know. I want your mother-in-law to all, your sister, your children, the brother-in-law, and your criminal family if you have any. Right? For me, afraid all you. So don't everybody hear me them. I call him radio, yes. So you just call and say who you can big up in Grenada, say Lucia or somewhere, and talk productive thing. Not Kareem Marcel. Don't let Kareem Marcel be all that study. Stop jealous of little youth, black youth man. Black people is the worst enemy. We black people is the worst enemy, partner. The last meeting I was walking the camera. Where you was? Where you was? I don't see someone there. Every meeting camera, she don't see me. Because dedicated and a support and a loyal supporter. You know, all the now coming, you know, is the code. You have a UN feedback by your place. You have a put your camera in your place. I see that put your camera on my mother and my daughter right now as a freak. Oh, look at that. It's here that UN
keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. Morning to the return and environment. Keep up the good work.
Peter said that it's a good opportunity to add to his resume.
Yeah, he knows that. He's fighting the fight. He's fighting the fight. That's Anderson.
Because he have identified all of the factors. It's a safe seat, and therefore, of course, he really got to work for it. And so he has said that he has built that.
And if he believes in something, and he believes that it's going to make a difference, good for him. It's all good and well. But anyhow, the major focus here is the fact that we have three candidates, of course. Last night, Vandana Mowat spoke with her. Those of you who were locked on, of course, you heard her. Ms. Santa Cruz, I want to echo your sentiments. A young lady who has definitely evolved. She understands the challenges, and she's humble enough to understand it's about serving and delivering to the people of Chaguanas East and by extension Trinidad and Tobago. We have Dr. Michael Dowlat. We have, of course, Saddam Hussein, attorney at law, young guy as well, who has started to come into his own. So again, get in touch with these individuals. By now, you should have told them, hey, don't forget community microphone. You can't have an election without that.
Hussein?
He is in Barataria, San Juan. And yes, so he is out there. And of course, Dr. Michael Dowlat in San Fernando West. Folks, get involved, get into these campaigns. As the candidates are announced, reach out to them, tell them, hey, this is what has to be done. Work with them. And according to Vandana Mowat in Chaguanas East, it's a family. Come with love, respect, and peace, and be a part of it. So, very interesting. Who we have on the outside there?
Has laid a foundation as well as to what he plans to do. But very interesting in that particular constituency in terms of the competition, because Jayanti was also a contestant, a candidate that put herself up, and of course he beat, I think, two of them, both she and another person who put themselves up for consideration. So congratulations to Mr. Dr. Dowlak, and he has prescribed, of course, a solution to San Fernando's problem already. And of course, he is seen as a potential Minister of Education, having regard to his attachment to, of course, the Naparima High School.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you, caller. Calling from and what's your contribution?
Good morning, Andy, Mikey, and Lennox Smith. This is Juice. Right? Mikey know who this is. Right? Now, I don't have a problem with anybody with a family going up for a political party, right? My problem is with the PNM, right? And at the end of the day, I fed up. I had my wits end, right? Since they come and they crash the ferry service, right? They set on PSPT workers, right? They crash NGC. They set up TSCT workers. I mean, they close Petro train. They have like assault workers kneeling down in the road, praying, asking for God to intervene. You understand? So much people dead during the pandemic. I get threatened with my job during the pandemic, right? So Anderson Wilson, who is me? I is nobody, right? I is nobody in the grand scheme of things. But you know what? It's a lot of people like me who fed up and frustrated and had enough of the PNN. So you and your nephew could haul. You understand? You could love your nephew, yes, but at the end of the day, PNM need to go. Yellow is PNM nothing. Yellow is the code, and it's that of a pleasant day, gentlemen.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.
Oh boy, next caller, let's take those calls. What's on your front burner? What was your breaking point? We need to know that. We want to know what was your breaking point. So let's continue. Oh boy, let's hear what was the various people breaking point.
Boy, I tell you.
Oh boy.
Good morning, Ground Report. I am in my 70s, my early 70s, and I let go the PNM 50 years now because of a number of things that I observed and didn't like. Then in 2010, by that time I was retired, so I used to listen to the parliamentary channel with the debates. And in 2010, I finally did this. Whenever anybody on the opposition side came up to make their contribution, I used to switch off my television. And after about 35 minutes, I will switch back on to listen to what the partnership representative was saying. And then, why I did that? Because after the second time that he spoke, I found this man to be very disrespectful. And that is why I did that. And then during that period of time when he won the election, you are making statements like this? The people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid? And people clapping for that? Oh my gosh. We don't have thinkers in the place. People just don't think. They just go with the crowd. And I do not go with the crowd. God gave every one of us the ability to think. Everybody, the same level. It is whether we use our thinking capacity or we don't. The rich have to get richer for the poor? Who live and who that? No. Anybody who is thinking and in the right frame of mind will not tolerate such behavior. God bless you all.
Andy, good morning to you and to everybody else. Good morning, Andy, Lennox, Mikey, Nubi, and to everybody out there. Andy, my breaking point was the day Keith Rowley brought emails to the parliament, lied about emails to the parliament. And eventually that man got into office with his lies, his half-truth, his innuendos, his propaganda. I tried to tolerate him, but I couldn't, especially when in 2016, Imbert stopped our NIS automatic increase and he said we will get it back in 2019. We are in 2024. How many elections have come and gone between that time? And not a cent from NIS, not a cent for the disability, not a cent for pensioners. But they have increased their salaries by leaps and bounds. Right? I have no tolerance for Keith Rowley and the PNM because they have destroyed our lives, they have destroyed our country, and worse yet, 22 babies died in NICU because of carelessness. Our streets are flowing with blood and tears, and I cannot understand how it is that the PNM could put a man like Keith Rowley as leader. But then again, we saw PNM standards always dropping standards for achievements. And they dropped the bucket. They dropped the bucket on Keith Rowley. There are so many things that we can say was our breaking point. Because this man has done nothing good. Absolutely nothing. All they were thinking about was themselves, their friends, their family, and their finances. And they have to go. And if it is somebody have to convince people to come out there and vote after what we see going on, something is wrong with our people. And as Woodbrook rightly said, who want to hang on to the PNM, go right ahead. Or they could be PNM till they're dead. There was a call, I think it's a voice note that was played about a man talking about footprints in the sand and his PNM footprints. No, sir. No. Those footprints are God's footprints in the sand. That shows when we cannot carry our burden anymore, God picks us up and He do the walking for us. PNM never did any walking for us. They never lifted our burdens. Right? What they did was push us further into this aspect. The only place PNM footprints are is on our necks, no, on our backs. It could never be in the sand. It's on our necks, on our back, and yes, our chest as well, and our guts, because that's where they keep kicking us. Andy, good morning again to you, Lennox, Mikey, and to everybody out here. Andy, I sent you this post, right, where Alan Karen put it up, that if you purchase a wheelchair online, you have to pay 19% duty, 12.5% VAT, 7% on online tax, right? All these taxes that you have to pay, 2, 1, 3, 4, almost 38% taxes, while yachts are tax free. Think about it. Think about it. And who own yachts in this country? Who own it? Him but and all his influential friends and PNM influential friends and families. But the poor man, if they have to buy a wheelchair online, they have to pay close to 38.5% in taxes. And that is how PNM have their feet on our neck, our throat, our back, and our stomach. Thanks a lot.
Andy, let me tell you this. I'm fed up with the unions and them trying to ride on the back. Only riding on the back of the ground report. You understand? Andy, when we have with this march and we call on people to come out, they don't come out and support we. Why they don't bring out the thousands of people that they have in the union? Andy, I'm fed up with them. Let the union rock so. My union is God. Andy, my breaking point was when Rowley come in and he buy a painting. You understand? For he to feel comfortable. And the child wanted the surgery and the child couldn't get the money to go and do the surgery. That was my breaking point. I say, well, yes. Trinidad gone. That dog, Rowley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Mikey. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning to everybody in the chat. Good morning to everyone in Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, you have to remember, Andy, that a certain man say, if I go down, everybody going down, you know. A certain man say that, as far as I understand, based on the things that I'm seeing, especially when I heard Anna Robert mention those things, right? So, if a man could just sell out his assets like that, or want to sell his assets like that, right? Because imagine you tell people, if you open your fridge door and this and that and the other, all kind of nonsense, and the following week or 2 or 3 weeks after that, you close down the refinery, right? That tells a lot about a so-called leader, you know. The man have no kind of skills. The only skills the man skillful in is lying, deception, and bringing upon the nation poverty and pauperizing a nation. That is all this man is skillful in, right? He and his bunch of swindlers as a cabinet. I watching in Britain TV last night, and boy, when I see this man, so I just get sick when I see this man. And, oh God, boy, they're horrible, you know. All of them horrible, you know. These people are very destructive. Anyway, I go and God bless.
Morning, Andy. Morning, Lennox. Morning, Mighty K. You know, I feel, somehow I feel Rowley, that miscreant. I feel he used to be on Epstein Island, you know. I feel he take a trip to Epstein Island, you know. I just have a feeling, so something wrong. We gotta investigate this man, you know. You understand? Or they don't see what you do. Or he sleep with some student and you know, impregnate the student. And they investigate this man.
They still want to investigate after all this time, boy, Andy.
Information on this.
I don't shock.
Pedo, you know.
Oh boy.
So any endorsements? In your quiet time, people, in your quiet time, when you're just sitting down and you're reflecting, ask yourself all the things that cannot withstand another 5 years of Rowley and the PNM. Ask yourself that. Whether they move Rowley, the thing, or whatever cosmetic thing they want to put in place, the PNM itself, that institution, that evil institution, ask yourself all the things that cannot withstand another 5 years. It could be your mortgage, health, it could be your children, it could be your sanity. You know it, you live it every day. You know you're scraping just to keep your head above water. You can't do that for the next 5 years. You cannot. You're living everything that you sacrifice. My God, you're not no criminal. You're a God-fearing man or woman, and you simply want what is best for your community, your family, and by extension, your country, but you can't seem to find your way. You can't withstand the next 5 years. You cannot. Your savings that depleted and you're still trying to took a little something here, hide a little something here, save a little. That cannot for the next 5 years. 5 years, you'll be 5 years older. How old you want to be until when you realize that hey, the rowdy and the PNM itself is no good. Think about it in your quiet time. Just sit down and think, what is it that cannot withstand another 5 years? You yourself can't do it. You're living, your health, you're holding off. You say, oh, go when Kamala come back, I will get an operation. When UNC come, I will go by the doctor. I think I can't even afford to get sick. You hear what Miss Santa Cruz voice note say? The yachts and them, it are no kind of tax, but a wheelchair, a walking stick. You can't even afford to have a disability. Imagine that. You're wicked, rowdy enemies. You can't even afford to have a disability. No physical disability. 5 more years, boy. You don't want to live better? We have the Andy. We have.
So Michael, of course, they mentioned earlier, they give themselves a tax break for 25 years. If people would produce modern, of course, high-rise family apartments. The Rowley is doing that in what was called Landate. And of course, Imbert finished his, I think, 2 years ago, right in Woodbrook here. So you see, it's about lining their pockets and still taking, of course, the SRC recommendation. You see these fellas wicked.
We have the Andy.
Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Going Report this morning?
Pleasant good morning again, gentlemen. The Barakpur here again. Gentlemen, sometimes I just wonder how focused people really is in this country to the real issues that is taking place. Recently, they're calling on Kamala to start announcing she ministers who she's setting up to represent the country and things, so they could start doing groundwork. The lady did that. She started to announce, she's showing out, okay, Saddam for Baraktaria, this doctor for Sando West and all these kind of things. You know, now we get sidetracked and starting to get distracted with this Marshall fella or some kind of thing from Lavantil and thing. Let me tell you something, eh? No person in the PNM can't have no sort of influence over the PNM. If only don't learn anything from Patrick Manning and what happened when he lose the election, only won't learn nothing again. The problem is not the personality. The problem is the PNM. That is what have to be removed from the country. So even self like they say, you put a crapo in a balizet tie, they go still vote for it, they go still vote for it. But at the end of the day, it's the shot scholars, the movers and the shakers were sitting in the ivory towers as the one them who really have the PNM going where they're supposed to go. They know how to control the economy. They know how to manipulate the people. So only don't get distracted because that's what they just do. They go come now and stir up a little controversy like how they go remove Hines and they go put this young boy. A whole big discussion now started to be sidetracked with that issue. He could be who he is. That is his problem. We know them people in Lavantil ain't going to vote nobody else besides PNM. So they know how to deal with pain because since the existence of PNM, they suffering, they're in pain, they're killing each other, they're hungry, and they won't change that. So we know now how that it come like a battered woman syndrome. Tell me you love me, but beat me every night. That is what the situation was going on with them. So let me stay focused. Let me don't get sidetracked with who PNM put wherever they want to put and who's who nephew and who's uncle and who's daughter and who's LBGTQ and all kind of thing. Leave that aside. Focus on yellow is the code. UNC is the way to go. And we have to ensure that we stay focused and make sure the next Prime Minister of this country is Kamala Prasad Bisesa. And then we have to focus now on supporting she because it will be a tough ride. There will be a lot of distraction. There will be a lot of hate going to come out when you see that lady becomes the next Prime Minister. They will do every single thing to topple our government because they will have some real serious changes and we know people have to get locked up when she come in office. It's a kind of pardon and this kind of dotishness and thing. We want them locked up and we want this country back to the place where it to be and we're moving forward after that. Yellow is the code, UNC is the way, Kamla Prasad Bisesa would be the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, oh boy, Lennox and Mikey, or your indulgence. Let's look to wrap up. It's 57 minutes past the hour of 9 o'clock, and I want to lock off within the guy time. Go ahead.
Well, quickly, I just want to say quickly before you guys quickly that Mikey referred to, of course, what is called statute bar. Well, criminal matters generally are not limited. So you could commit a crime such as rape, etc. 25, 30 years ago, it is still live. Once, of course, the police is prepared, of course, to take it up. So these matters are not statute bar. So yes, you could still talk about it, and we ought to talk about it because that is a very serious matter to the society of Trinidad and Tobago. You're talking about statutory rape here, right, of a minor. In the case as referenced by Rowley of Watson Duke, for example, at least there are 2 adults, but we are talking about the very vulnerable victims in the case of that is associated with Dr. Rowley.
Go ahead, Mikey.
True. Hey, folks, I want to thank you so much. Remember, please try and stay alive. This evening, 7 o'clock, The Observer is on, and it will be streaming on Real Media TT, so you don't want to miss it. And, of course, on Dial TV at 8 o'clock, our very own Lennox Smith, Corridor Transformation on social media. The candidates, those that have been announced, get in their campaign, be a part of it, give them a call, and let's do it. You know exactly you cannot stand or even live another 5 years under the PNM, regardless of how they change or who they try to change, is all cosmetic. So, folks, we, of course, God willing, be back here tomorrow. And remember, as always, we are fighting for you, the people, with the people, by the people, the Ground Report. Until then, we are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Yeah, buy no shoes and thing, and me care buy no shirt and thing. Soon as PNM win, not a thing, not a thing, not a thing. Well, the tax in me house and thing, and me cash up one line and thing. What a thing, what a thing, what a thing, what a thing. Down in Trinidad, I pay a gun for the thing. Every day them get up is a wah wah wah. When the Russian accurately fighting for, but the rich still rich and the poor still poor. No matter how we know, and the da. When the poor can't take it no more. So them nines, them a go drum and fish show. We really don't care about the la. We really don't care about the la. When we can't buy no books and thing, and me can't buy no food and thing. Not a thing, not a thing, not a thing. Man, soon as PNM win, youth want smartphone and thing, but they can't go to school and sing. Not a thing, not a thing, not a thing. Man, soon as PNM win. What?
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.